Hello, everyone. Sorry, that was
Hello.
okay. Sorry, that was underwhelming. Hello, everyone. How are
You
you?
look so concerned, so you scared me.
I'm
Hello.
everyone. Sorry, that was
Hello.
okay. Sorry, that was
How are
underwhelming.
you? You
Hello,
look so
everyone.
concerned, so you scared me.
I'm
Hello. You say something. Sorry.
everyone. Sorry, I had the thing in the back. Sorry, let me restart that. Hold on.
Oh yeah, me too. I was
3, 2, 1. Hi, everyone. It is your girls,
hello,
Jay and
Jazz.
welcome to the number one. I'm not even gonna say K-pop podcast because I feel like it's not giving us enough. K-pop news outlet on the internet. K-pop channel on the internet. We're the best one. I'm sorry. Like, fight your mom. Welcome back, guys, to the weekly show. It's time to get into some mess. It is July 29th, 2021. We're at the end of the month. Jasmine, how are you feeling about how this month went?
I mean, it went. I did go on vacation, so I guess there was that. That felt like years ago now.
That was literally last week. What?
I know, and yet it feels like it was so long ago. Like I don't. Work makes everything seem long.
The weeks do be going by like, it's nobody's business. But, well, at least you had that highlight. I mean, it would be bad if it
Yeah.
was just like, nothing. But at least you got to enjoy that. It did sound fun when you talked about it last week. Hello, everyone. Long time no see. Welcome back to the podcast. I hope everyone's having a good week. My month, I would say the same. I don't even remember what happened. I don't even know who I am, guys. This is a figment of your imagination. No, I don't really remember much, but we had some good streams this month. We started the Sleepy Idol, your cavern for K-pop gossip and fun times to relax. Is there anything excited you are, or is there anything you're excited about for the week coming up, like the weekend in particular?
No. I'm actually looking forward to the fact that I have nothing. Because I feel like the last few weeks I was like doing stuff. Did I really just come back last week?
I'm pretty sure, yeah, last week, because that was the
That felt
first time
so
we did
long
this.
ago. Oh my gosh. That was so
Really?
long ago.
It feels that long ago?
Yeah. Wow. But yeah, so last week I feel like I did something like every day, except for I think the day after I came back.
Dang.
But then like I think on Saturday, what did I do? Oh, my friend had a birthday,
Mm-hmm.
so I went to New York,
Ooh,
which was fun. We
in
did
New
karaoke, so
York.
that was
Oh,
fun.
you love karaoke, so I'm
Yeah.
sure you were happy.
Yeah. Yep. And I had Korean barbecue. So it
Oh!
was good. Oh no, I had the option, but I did hot pot instead.
Ah.
But yeah, that was fun. And then the next day I went to Philly and I hate driving. That was eventful. Um, yeah. And like I don't know. I just felt like I was busy. So I'm happy that I have nothing to do for this weekend.
I feel like we vibe on that. Like, I like, if I do a lot, I like just like the next week or whatever, just chilling out. Like, if I go to a con or something like that, that next week, I just want to lie in bed,
Yep.
unpack, unwind. And I feel like we're on that same vibe. Also, when
Yeah.
I go on vacation, I like maybe planning one big thing, but then the other, like leaving everything up to just like what I feel like it, because my mood
Yeah.
changes like the wind. So it's like I might be wanting to bungee jump like before when I'm planning, and then I'm like, girl, what were you even doing with this bungee jump nonsense, you fool? Um,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Like I'm supposed to go to Italy next year and like my friends were like, "Oh yeah, like let's do this and that." And like me and my other friend were just like, "Yeah, we're gonna
sure.
have to have a day of just like
Sleeping.
staying at the hotel and doing nothing." Because I know I'm gonna be drained, especially if I'm there for like 5 days or something. I'm sorry. And I'm with multiple people. I
Yeah.
need
Oh
me
God.
time. I'm so sorry.
No, because that's why I'm slowly but surely becoming. Hello, everyone. Sorry to the new faces. A
Hello,
Daisy. Hi,
hello.
Josie. But no, I feel like I forgot what I was gonna say. Beep boop boop bop boop bop. So anyway, yeah, vacations.
Yeah.
But yes, guys, welcome back to the Sleepy Idol, a tavern tucked away in a nook in New York for K-pop fans and lovers. I'm working on the tagline for K-pop fans and lovers everywhere. Today we have a lot of mess. Actually, we don't have a lot of mess. So
I was gonna say,
we will be going.
lying.
We will be going
Right out the gate.
We'll be going over our two topics, and then, actually, I think this is good, though, because then we can turn it over to you guys, and we can talk about things, that you guys want to talk about. So two things that I wanted to go over before we actually jump into topics. One, I want to say, like, I have been having some problems lately finding topics that I wanted to talk about in detail. So not to make y'all do my bidding, but like, if you guys ever find like a topic or like something or other that you might think would be interesting to talk about on this stream, feel free to like send me an Instagram message, or preferably like maybe tag me in a tweet, because I'd be happy to add it to the itinerary. Now, as usual, you can bring it up here and that's fine too, but like, I feel that like if like we get time to look over it in advance, we can talk about it in more detail. So like, yeah, if you see something, if you see like a tweet or something, or like a story, just at me. I think I'm gonna open just for specifically for this, like open like a forum or like a tip jar or something like that, where you can like let me know if you have things that you just want to talk about or whatever, so you can submit it there. But that was just one thing I wanted to open up, because I feel like sometimes I'm not the plug anymore, like I'm not the connect. Like, I used to know where to get all the hot goss, but now I'm an ancient artifact, so like it's not as savvy. But yeah, so if you guys have stuff that you want to tell me, you see during the week, just shoot me an IG message. I don't know if there's a place for you to put it on YouTube, but if you see it on YouTube, like, I know I have a comment page. Oh, when I post my schedule for the week, you can put in that comment section, or IG, maybe just Twitter, because IG sometimes it like filters it out or whatever. Secondly, hey guys, love ya. So I always feel really cringe when I do like a call to action. But another thing is that like I've also been having trouble finding ways to promote the podcast, the stream. So hey y'all, I'll show you some egg, y'all. So if you guys like the stream and you had a good time, feel free to give it a like down below, like the stream thing. Even after chatting, adding a comment would be really great. And most importantly, if you like it, and I don't want to force anyone to do anything, because again, like, it's good, it's like, awesome that you guys even like come here, because it's like taking 2 hours of your time just to watch me scream about how cute Kyungsoo is. But yeah, like if you want to tweet it or like put it on your stories, like screenshot, like put on your stories and stuff like that, just little ways to like promote it on social media if you're moved to. Obviously, if you think I'm garbage trash and you hate watch me, continue to hate watch me. But like, just as like a thing, because I'm like trying to find ways to grow, and I'm like, what did I do when I was like 19 and I started this channel to like have it grow? But I feel like it would be fun, because I think the more people in here, the more like opinions we get, the more discussion we can have, the more like I like when we like have people who stand different people. Like, maybe we have somebody who stands Jay Park and they can tell us why. No, just kidding. Maybe I stand Jay Park, so let me not do that.
I know, I was gonna say, that would be just you talking then.
Or maybe we can get like a hardcore army that will literally fight us every time we say that permission to tango is bad or something like that. Like, I think that's fun, and I think the more diversity we have and the more opinions we get, like, even if it's somebody who maybe like thinks idols shouldn't date, like, we can fight them on that. Like, I don't know. I think it's fun to have a lot of people in here, because then we got a lot of discussions, and growing the community is really, really fun too. So yeah, if you ever feel inclined afterwards to tweet about this, or like retweets are nice, and things like that would be much appreciated from yours truly. All right, so let's get started with the first topic of the day. The topic of the stream, if you will. My play husband, I'll say play husband because I don't want anyone to think I'm crazy, Mr. Kyungsoo Do Kyung-soo released the album of, I don't even want to say the decade because I feel like I'm not doing that justice. He released the album of the millennia, which is wild because it's just like, who knew he would bring this heat? No, Do recently dropped his album Empathy on the 26th. His long-awaited, even though we only knew about it for like since last month, it was long-awaited to me because I feel like a lot of EXO stans and like Kyung-soo stans specifically have been waiting for, you know, a proper solo debut and album from this, from him for a while. So he dropped it. We did talk about this last week, Jas. So we'll talk about the title track first because I know, Jas, you said you got a chance to listen to that. So what did we think of it, Jas?
It was all right. Yeah. It was like a fun, cute little track. I really was just hoping that it would be R&B. I think that's what like really made me feel like I didn't care about it as much. I was like, come on, I wanted R&B, like a tell me what is love type thing. So I was kind of, I don't know, I guess my saltiness made me like, I don't know, made me not feel the song as much. But yeah, it's just, right now, to me, it's just all right. I would, like, if it came on, I'd be like, okay, I'll listen to it again. But I don't think I'll ever actually, like, look for it on purpose.
Do you have Spotify, right? Did you add it to your
Yeah.
Did you like it?
No, I need to add his album to my so I can get like a feel for it. I feel like that's what I try and do, is just like have it like mixed in with the songs that I'm listening to for the year, and then see if I like it enough to keep it there.
No, yeah, I definitely do that too. And also, like, I feel like if people say, like, I definitely agree with you in that, like, Rose, which was the title track, was kind of lukewarm. I see he was on that little, SM was on that little bite-sized song because it was very short as well. It was like Jason Mraz without the pizzazz. No offense. Listen, he knows where my heart is. I did appreciate, or I did really, really like, though, on the album, he actually has a English version of this song.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which I thought was pretty interesting. Listen, Kyung-soo gave us a little multicultural moment with this album, because he has, not only does he sing in Korean, but he has the English version of Rose, and then one of the other non-title tracks on this album, he actually did a Spanish version of. Yeah. So I thought that was
like, I heard of that one. I didn't know he had an English one. I saw him.
Yeah. I was like, oh, for me, because he wanted me to understand his heart, like, without the translations. And I was like, oh, thank you, King.
Even though you don't really care for the song as much?
That's true. I was like, it's the sentiment that counts. Make a better song next time. I'm just kidding. Listen, Kyung-Cyples, please don't come for me. I'm one of y'all, if y'all find this. But no, I definitely agree with you that it was, and we kind of knew. When we saw the teaser, we were already kind of like, I don't know what this acoustic, stripped down song is, but girl, give us the R&B songs. But funny enough, though, when I was like kind of like going through and researching the lyrics and things like that for this song, one thing I noticed was that, like, listening to Baekhyun's like efforts, like his Candy and what was it, UN Village or whatever it's called.
Yeah, UN Village.
Yeah, that is like what I wanted for Do, right? So I was very jealous. I was like, y'all won Baekhyun stands, but I was like, I think we were wishing, I don't even know what a good idiom was. We were kind of out of our league because I feel like there was no way that SM would give them the same style music. Like, I feel like once Baekhyun claimed sexy R&B,
but Kai's there.
That's true. And a stream. I'm just kidding.
I just feel like Kyung-soo could have done the other type of R&B, because I feel like R&B's like broad, and I feel like Baekhyun and Kai did like modern R&B.
Yeah.
And I feel like Kyung-soo could have done like 90s, like, I don't know, type of R&B.
I definitely agree.
Like Casey and JoJo, like something.
He could have. Yeah, I could have. A little, what is that? SM Hot Times. No. SM The Moment. What are they called?
The ballad.
Oh, SM The Ballad.
The Moment.
SM The Moment. But I don't know, because I feel like specifically when I was listening to when I was watching a performance of Baekhyun doing Candy, and I was like, the moves, the everything, the styling, this is what I would want for Kyungsoo. Exactly. So I think for me, because I wanted that particular R&B for him, I was like, sis, it isn't in the stars for us, unfortunately. But I was, I even the music video, he looked like a child. Why do y'all do this? Y'all know you should push his hair back. Y'all know he be looking 6 years old when you don't push his hair. How they really said, you get nothing, Jay. None for you. But I mean, he sang. He sounded good. So
he sang. He opened his mouth. Things came out.
Ooh, we love facts in the chat. Jay, you were in the recording studio with him. Why didn't you persuade him to go ham on his song? Listen, I only have so much, SM
Power.
Because I am exactly, because I'm an SX trainee a la Jessica. They like to make sure that I don't get too much time with their current idols. So
it's already hard enough for her to get into the studio.
Exactly. So. I had to put on disguise. I had to have one of those mustache glasses to even get to the door, quite frankly. So I did my best, though. I really did my best. We all know that Jay was Dio's muse in the studio. Honestly, I didn't want to say anything because I know, EXO is an older group, but yeah, they still have the sasaengs and the fans that are gonna get jealous. So unfortunately, I did have to keep it on the low. I'm so delusional. If somebody's
Dio's out here like, what the heck? Clicked on this,
but he watched.
This sounds cool, and then he was like, I'm clicking out.
You know what? According to me, I still won because he watched. So. Andre says, "See, I wanted a Bambi vibing song for him. Yeah, that's the kind of vibe that I would have loved for him. He is so cute in that picture. That's the vibe that I would have wanted for him. But I guess Baekhyun's older, so he gets first dibs or something like that. I don't know how it works.
No, he's only a year older. I mean, it's because he went to the army.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
He lost dibs.
Yeah.
He got the scrap can. Hopefully not. I hope they tried for his album.
So yeah, there's just a couple other notes. I know Jasmine, you didn't get a chance to listen to the album, but there was a couple notes that I wanted to just talk about. So surprisingly, as much as I blow smoke up his butt, there's only a couple songs that I will be putting on repeat, but again, I'll be putting them on repeat because I really, really liked them. I did listen to the full album. I listened to it in full a couple times, but then I latched on to two songs in particular, one called My Love and one called It's Love. And by osmosis, or I guess by default, My Love, like I mentioned earlier, or It's Love, like I mentioned earlier, has a Spanish version called Si Fueres Mi. So I really enjoyed both. I thought he sounded great. I honestly, not even to make this a JDO corner. Actually, the Kyung minutes. Let's do it right now. Yeah, Dio gets to be the podcast boyfriend for today. The Kyung minute, y'all. Jazz is like, I walk. I did not agree to this. For the Kyung minute today. So yeah, listening to this album, I was like, gosh, I'm literally remembering why I chose to stand this man. Vocally, it's beautiful. Even when he's not doing much, because I didn't really get the super intricate ad-libs that I wanted for him, the super R&B ad-libs that I wanted for him, but the stuff that I did get, I quite liked. On the last verse of It's Love, he kind of plays with how he sings the chorus, and it's really, really beautiful. Another thing that I will say is that there was a lot of slower songs, ballads, so they really were just you get nothing, Jay. But while I didn't love them, they were okay. They were okay. Another thing that I thought was really, really cool is that so I mentioned there's the Spanish version of It's Love called Si Fueres Mi, and one of the things I thought was really cool is that I was looking at the lyrics and they're actually not the same song. It's different. Like, so hopefully I'm getting this right because I needed to use translations for both. Y'all, your girl is single lingual.
You should know this.
Exactly, right? I should just feel
Did
it.
you not take Spanish in high school?
Me amo. Yo soy. Yo tengo hambre. So what was
so amazing.
and down to the bad pronunciation. It's so high school third period Spanish. So yeah, I thought it was interesting. So in the Spanish version, it's called Si Fueras Mi, which translates into if you were mine. And so in that song, it's more of him talking about like daydreaming about like a certain someone that like he really admires, and if they were together, the things they would do and how it would feel. But then in the chorus, it's kind of like him lamenting like, I would give the world if only you were mine. So it's kind of like this lover that you potentially want but you don't have. Conversely, in the Korean version, it's more of like this understanding where it's like, you know, kind of just like being like, oh, you know, I've had loves in the past, some of them failed, but like I kind of miss that feeling of being in love, and I'm really excited and anticipating when I get to fall in love again. So it was like, it's kind of like different. Like while the Spanish one's kind of sad, like I was trying to like piece like with the different translations because like I looked at multiple what the feel is, but I guess it's more like wishful, kind of longing. But this one's kind of like more like, you know, I'm inspired that I'm gonna find like love again around the door. And I just thought that was really, really cool because even the titles, I think the Korean title is like Sarangia, it's love, I think, and then this one is like if only. They even like changed the titles, and I think that's really, really cool because a lot of the times when you try to do a direct translation, it can be really awkward, like trying to scram words to kind of get the same sentiment and stuff like that. So the fact that they were like, well, we have this beautiful song, we want to do it in these two languages, so we're gonna like give the two languages. And I don't know, maybe the Spanish version, for you guys who speak Spanish, maybe you know better than me, the lyrics were whack as hell, but the translation was pretty good. Like when I was reading it, it sounded really cool. So like it was like they were like, we're gonna respectfully like give these two languages their time to shine and make two separate songs with two separate concepts to make like two different songs. And so I thought that was really cool. I'm not sure if that's the same case for Rose. I think they're pretty much, because I didn't read the translation of Rose because I was pretty like, I wasn't too into it. But yeah, I just thought that was really, really cool. Lastly, I just wanted to say I am depressed because I know he's not going to perform this.
He might.
You think so?
Why wouldn't he?
I haven't heard. I mean, I know it's only been out for like 3 days, but I haven't heard.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I feel like I just assumed he would because everyone else performed their songs.
I feel like he's not up for it. I think maybe we'll get like a cute special performance on the EXO.
Oh, yeah. Did he even do an album release?
I don't think he did it because I was looking for content because I was like, he hasn't even sung it live, and I'm like, girl, pay up, sis.
He was like, y'all want this album? Here you go. I want to act. Out of here.
See, that is literally the biggest tragedy, I think. The fact that you can tell that he's more of an, even despite his beautiful voice, he's more of an acting girly. So he wants to act, like, and that's unfortunately for people like me and his fans that like want him to like become like, I don't know, the next, I don't even know, like the next Usher. But yeah, so he can do it if he tries. I
mean, yeah. Is he gonna be dancing like that? I feel like
we can try.
I feel if anyone was gonna do it, it might be. I don't even know. I don't think anyone would do it.
Baekhyun.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe him, maybe Kai, but like I don't know if his vocals are that level.
That's fair.
But he's more like a Lloyd. I don't know why Lloyd was named in my mind.
Not Lloyd. Not this like niche R&B facts. What?
So I was like, that's what I think of.
She's fine too, but I want you. But yeah, so I quite enjoyed it. Do, my forever boy. I stan her. Okay, I'm gonna real quick. Let's see if I can. For some reason, my setup kind of froze, so I don't know what I'm looking at right now.
SpaghettiOs.
Okay, Luckily, I have my Stream Deck up, so I can at least do that. All right. So, was there anything else that anyone in chat or Jazz you had to say about the album?
I mean, I would have to listen to it.
Oh,
I mean, I could say anything, honestly, at this point.
it's the best. I agree.
It seems like it might be bad. I don't know.
How dare you? How dare you?
I have to add it to my playlist.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I definitely think it's like, I mean, like it's ballads, like a lot of ballads.
Yeah.
There's one slow kind of. I would classify it more as like an R&B slow jam, but it didn't really do much for me, and it was very short. So that also was very strange to me.
Short songs.
Yeah, I was like, okay, Ariana Grande, okay, Little Nas X, come with us with that short ass song. But yeah, so that's that on that.
Wait. How would you rate Dio's, Baekhyun, Chen, Kai, and Lee's debuts?
Well, I'm gonna say I'm put Chen last because his was like ballads to the. It was all ballads. You know how I am.
Oh wait, where's Suho? Wow, that's disrespect.
Suho had an album.
Andre. Yes. I don't know. I think he did. I swear he had an album. It was like a mini album. Suho?
Let me just turn in my EXO card right now. Where did I put it? Because girls, I've never.
He had an album.
I don't remember it.
He had an album.
I don't remember it. Here's my EXO card. There you go. Clock in.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes, he had an album. He had an EP.
The way
I was like, I swear he had a ballady because I remember when I was thinking like people were saying like, oh, we need more ballad people. I was like, but Suho and Chen exist, so I need something else.
I really do not remember this alleged ballad. Y'all, I am such a. Let me look this up. What was it called?
Self-Portrait? I don't remember what the single was. Let's see. Suho. Hold on.
Yeah, I feel so bad. So I'm sorry, y'all. Please don't shame me. I am sorry.
Yeah, it's called Let's Love. That was
oh, it's called Sarang Haja. He would. His Sarang Haja ass. He loves a good. He loves a good Sarang Haja. You won't tell him nothing. Okay. It's also very well. Maybe that's why I kind of clocked out. If it was also very ballad heavy and that's the vibe I got, I probably kind of clocked out. I feel really bad because I'm one of those people that was very anti during like like the height of EXO, anti like solo stands because I thought they worked so well together. And here I go, not even acknowledging Suho's album. I'm sorry, Suho. Let me clock out. There we go. But yeah, but I would say Chen is the lowest. I'm sorry. He's a beautiful singer, but I just don't like the ballads. I would actually put Baekhyun's, if I'm just saying albums, I would put Baekhyun and then Kai and then Kyungsu. I'm sorry, Kyungsu.
Where's Lay?
Oh, I don't even think I listened to Lay's. Yeah, I was gonna say.
I don't remember what his first song is. I probably listened to it. I just don't remember which one it was.
I know I've listened to a few Lay singles, but I don't know if I listened to his whole mini album. When did it come out? I'm sorry, y'all. If y'all didn't know, I'm a fake stan.
First soloist, technically.
We all know what Suho's senior quote was.
Before he even became that, he was like, "I know this is going to be something important to me. I'm going to say this a lot in the future."
That's funny though. It was Sarang Haja, and then it was also another thing, Chris Wu. What happened?
Sheep was his first song, I think. Do you remember that? Sheep.
When did that come out?
2017.
Oh, I probably do.
I remember it coming out because I remember people being like, "Oh yeah, he's called Sheep," and so he made a song called Sheep, and I was like, "That's an interesting."
I have to look through. I have to look through this.
I just don't remember it. It's been so long since I heard it. Because I know I definitely watched it and listened to it. But,
all right.
Yeah, I think I put Kai, then Baekhyun.
Oh, you like Kai's better?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know what it might be. The music video was also just like it was just really good. Everything, the styling, perfect.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Concept wise, wait, which Baekhyun album are we talking about?
Wasn't that
The Candy one, the one with Candy on it.
was Candy first?
No, no, no. It was
I,
the UN
I
Village.
thought it was, that's what I thought. Okay.
Is that the one we're judging? I mean, they're both good.
I
They're
was
both
judging
great.
that. Oh yeah, I like them. I like his songs, but I was just like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what it was. I think it was also just like not expecting that it would be that good. I was just like, Kai's slaying it.
That's true. I
Looking
think he
good.
kind of
Dancing well, like usual.
he did kind of have a moment because I was like, when they announced it, I was like, girls, we're about to hear footsteps in this album. We're about to hear tap dancing because
You're like,
what the vocals gonna be? But
maybe a only video album.
a visual
There is
album.
no audio. It's not on Spotify. You gotta go on YouTube.
I
That's
feel
it.
so bad. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a fake stan. Disown me. But yeah, so I'm really excited. Hopefully, we get some performances of it, or we ride at midnight, Kyung Disciples. And I think we can move on to the next topic. So for the next topic, now this had actually been. Oh, hold on. Whoa, my thing decided to go haywire? What's going on here? I don't want to have to restart this, but my thing is being very weird. Okay. Well, basically, what I wanted to talk about is the fact that for a few months, we've been getting a rumor. I would say even probably towards the spring of earlier this year, so like around March, we were starting to get like some rumors that there was a possible OT8 SNSD comeback to host screen. There was a possibly an SNSD OT8 comeback. They were like, it was kind of mostly just gossip. Like there were whisperings that they're talking about it, they're getting together, but like unfortunately when like officially asked by SM, they said that they had no, like they basically said no comment. So not necessarily no, but not necessarily girls get the light sticks ready because Snsd is back. But recently what was interesting is that it was revealed that they are in discussion to appear on a variety show called You Quiz on the Block. So they're currently discussing it, and if they do end up being on it, it's slated to be sometime early August. But it's like, why would they go on this if they weren't promoting something? So a lot of people are saying that this is a hint that if they're discussing going on this show, it's probably because we're about to get an SNSD comeback. So I think in general, I want to know, Jasmine, what do you think how do you think an SNSD comeback would fare in the current climate?
I think it would actually do well.
Like, are we talking hit song? Are we talking, 20 on
Depends
Mel?
on the song.
Oh, I guess that's true. That's true.
Um, Hopefully, I mean, I would hope that SM would give them the best song that they can get if they actually like, because it'd probably like be like once in a lifetime, not a lifetime, but like I feel like it's such a small amount of times that they're probably ever gonna get back together.
That's
So I
true.
would hope that they would do all they could to get like the best song that they could
Mm-hmm.
for them. So
What
I
if,
mean, if what
oh
say?
no, sorry, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, just thinking if it is a good song, I would think that it would do really well, considering that it's like it would be like all the members coming back together,
Mm.
and it's like I feel like that would be big news. And they were a nation's girl group for a while, so I think like a lot of old fans would definitely come back, kind of like a Jonas Brothers kind of moment
Oh
where it's
yeah.
like they disappeared for years, and I was just like they came back and then all the little like Jonas Brothers like fans came out and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I remember listening to Year 3000, jamming, going to like 8th grade and all of that." So maybe it could be the same type of thing for them.
That's what I'm hoping. But like I don't know because y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Holiday was low key like, and partially because of FM, it was kind of SM. It was kind of underwhelming. Like both, I
Yeah.
feel like the actual promotional cycle, but also the response to it was not like a Sono Stay Girls' Generation response. I feel. which was extra sad because it was their 10th anniversary, which is crazy because then this comeback would be their 14th anniversary comeback.
That's so they're old.
We're old.
No, they're old. I'm still young. I was carded when I was on vacation. I will hold on to that until I age out of it.
You were like, I will. That's my life force right now, y'all. You will not take that away from me. Yeah, so I feel like, and in this climate I feel like it's really, really weird because I just feel like I do agree, like it would have to be a good song, because I do, like, I've been saying this since we started the podcast earlier this year. Not started it, but we've been doing the podcast earlier this year after Brave Girls gave us a little nostalgia by having, you know, an older song come back. I was like, I would love a summer or a year of like older groups getting shine, getting, you know, a bit of accolades and things like that. We haven't really had that. I mean, Oh My Girl, they, you know, are they really that old? Not really, technically, I guess. You know, they're having their thing with their most recent round, Da Da Dance, and you had the Bomb. They kind of had one of those like, oh, songs rise, you know, back up. But I would love to have like a SNSD maybe that prompts other older groups to be like, y'all, let's throw our hat in the ring or whatever. But I don't know. Like, Nation's girl group, don't get me wrong. So like their albums are gonna be bought, but will it be like a mania? Because I feel like even Alcohol Free, it's a great song, but it's not like it's not like cheering up, you know? Actually, no, I think it's pretty popular over there, and it's pretty popular in here, and that's what matters the most. But yeah, I would like a girls' generation domination. Like, that's what I want to see when they come back.
But I feel like now that they're like been gone for a while, there is anticipation.
That's true.
So I'm hoping that will, you know, get the people listening.
Yeah, hopefully. I don't know, I hate it when like people act like they're hyping up legends coming back, and then it just results in like people are like, okay, that was cute, like we pretended to be hyped, but then we're gonna give you a lukewarm response. Like, I hate that when people are like, the legends are back, and then they're just like, all right, let me go back to streaming the songs that I've already been streaming. Like, that's what I don't want to happen. Like, okay, this might be my XOL speaking, but like, I was really disappointed with the lack of hype that the EXO comeback got.
Yeah, I think it didn't help that they couldn't promote it. So like, it was only 3 of them. Well, 4 of them, or 3 are here, like still here. So it's like, what are they gonna do with it? So it's like no promotion, no TV shows, like nothing. So it was like nothing was keeping it afloat, I feel like.
That's fair.
Or gathering more like newer people to listen to it.
Yeah, I definitely see that. Oh, tiaras. Oh wait, people are saying that they liked Holiday and All Night. I liked All Night.
I like Holiday and All Night.
Oh really? You
Holiday.
always surprise me with like I don't even know. I don't know who you are.
Okay, so Holiday, it grew on me. I think the dance made me hyped for it. I just like doing the hand thing, and I was like, all right. I did like All Night more, though, as a song.
But I'm surprised you like Holiday. But I guess
it's like just the dance. It's just the dance, to be honest.
SNSD has been gone for a minute, and IDK how SNSD would approach, because 4th gen is sounding a little industrial right now. Maybe a Catch Me If You Can 2.0. I don't think that would pop for them, though. I mean, it would pop for me.
Catch Me If You Can, if they did that again.
Do you think that would pop in today's right now's climate?
Maybe not, honestly. I feel like it would blend in with everyone else, but I don't know. Yeah, but if it was them, maybe not. If they, I don't know, they'd be like, whatever, it's SNSD, whatever.
That's true.
But I don't know. I don't know what else they could do, though.
That's true. Like, I was thinking, like, let me just turn it over to chat. What would you guys want to see from an SNSD comeback in 2021? Like, are we going cute SNSD? Are we going fierce SNSD like the boys? Are we going a little funky, goofy?
They ever go back to cute, and they are 30-something years old praying for
Listen,
them.
if I was in a girl group, give me not the pigtails maybe, but maybe not the pigtails,
You're not
not
giving
the
me
baby
G
strands.
2.0. I
Give
would
me
be like,
G.
this is not it.
Give me G. I
My
don't care.
voice is
I'll be
not like this. My
35.
voice is dropped.
My first
I
sunshine.
can't hit that anymore. It's gone.
Catch 30-year-old me saying my first sunshine. Listen, that's because that's fun. Like, I feel like if I have to do Catch Me If You Can, I will be winded every time after every performance.
It'd be
Sweaty.
great. That whole dance. The whole thing
No.
was great. The helicopter coming in. Oh gosh.
Ma'am.
Everything was great.
I mean, that was great. Don't get me wrong. But for me, I want to be able to be sweat free.
Doing
Be
easy
able
dance.
to exactly be able to literally choreographer. The choreography is me doing my egg yo.
Yeah.
Skinny jeans. Oh, it doesn't necessarily have to be the skinny jeans. No high
Yeah.
heels, hopefully. Actually, maybe I will do girl crush if it means that I don't have to wear high heels. I take it back.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind a G 2.0 as long as they don't have to sing like that anymore. Because it was very in your nose
You think so?
thingy
I
to
think
me.
Sunny was very like nama nama, but I think like Taeyeon was like no more puncha.
And she was like, I gotta help y'all because I know y'all are tired right now. Let me come out with something.
I think most of them were not super cute. I'm trying to think. Nama nama. Okay, well, yeah, but that's really hard to sing. Where do you even place that? Nama nama pan.
It's like all the way. Like,
I don't even know where
I
I would
couldn't
place
do
that
anything
though.
that
If
my
I was
voice teacher would be like, you gotta go up in your nose.
Like she was like,
Like,
let
she
me
had
go
to mix
gospel.
it up.
She was like,
You're gonna make me do this cutesy song. I can't. I gotta
apparently
help
she
other
hated G
people.
too. So
See? So they
she's
can't be
probably
doing
like,
G
this is about to be my
2.0.
moment. Yeah.
They should do Genie. A G.
Ooh, you and
That
Andre, y'all are seeing each other.
yes. Oh, I didn't see that. Yeah. Yeah. Genie, that is to me, that's their best song. So if they did that again, I would be all for it.
I do like that. I do like that. Ooh, you think? I would love a you think.
Oh.
You think it's some.
You're not.
You're
You're
not. But yeah, it's yeah, I feel like that would probably be like I would want to you think, but I don't know how the public would respond to you think. I feel like I can't gauge that for them, but I would appreciate it. And of course, we can't finish this conversation without asking, do you think Jessica, in the middle of the chorus, she's gonna like, whoa, you thought I was gone.
As someone's hand would just like come out of nowhere and push her back. They're like, who invited this girl?
She's like,
what is this?
You will not silence me. She goes on Oprah, and Oprah's like, were you silent or were you silenced? And she's like, listen, Oprah, I don't know what SM has been telling you, but girl, I don't know.
The fact that she would even get a
listen, Senseica, she has connects. Don't doubt her. Senseica.
We're gonna be like, so what exactly is K-pop?
Don't do. Oprah knows what K-pop is. I don't know.
Like, yeah, I don't do that. Where they do that at? In Korea? Hold up. Where that?
She's like, okay. She's like, now who is Taeyeon? And she's like, oh no. The stands are like, now who is Isuman? And she's like, don't get me started.
Trigger warning, please.
But yeah, so anticipate Jessica's imminent Oprah debut and SNSD comeback. I did see somebody say that Tiara is coming back, so that will also be interesting, especially if they coincide. We can get some cute second gen girl group moments from them. That'd be nice. Can we get some sexy or sexy dance R&B type of song from them? Kind of like Dali from by Horan type vibe. I don't know if we can.
I'm doing that.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, that's the thing. Even now that SNSD's older, I feel like because of the image they have, there's like a limit to the sexy they can do. And I always noticed that, and I thought it was quite like, even if they are on their grown, if they're getting kind of, if it's more frisky, they're never like, you'll never see them do, I don't think you'll ever see them do something like Dali unless it's like a special stage at a concert or something. Like I remember when Tae Saw were promoting I think it was Whisper. It wasn't Whisper. It was Holler, but it was the Whisper album. They had a song where like Taeyeon like splits her legs, or one of them in the choreo splits their legs like open and like does one of those or whatever. And I remember that like I think when they would do like they would never fully do it if they were like doing it live. I forget, maybe one of you guys know. I forget which it was, the like song they were promoting alongside Holler that wasn't Whisper. And like they would like lessen that move so much when they would do it. And I guess maybe they were trying to not get like whatever. But like I feel like the really risque stuff they would save for like their concerts and stuff. Like I feel like we would never. I mean, it'd be cool, but I feel like we wouldn't really get it, in my opinion. I would love to see a special performance with Jessica, but I know it will never happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, at least with I don't think ever with the ones that are not in SM. I mean, the ones that are still in SM.
Yeah.
I feel like SM's like, nice try, ladies, but no. Do you think Isuman himself hates Jessica? Like he has a voodoo doll of her?
Well, I feel like he's like, I don't care, y'all. Where's my money? Like Jessica, who? I just pretend and like someone feeds me the names and then I go to the events.
No,
oh no, y'all.
He could not disrespect SNSD like that. I was gonna say.
Just imagine.
So shady. He's like Jessica. Never heard of her.
He's like looking at his hand, like just smudged. Jennifer.
Jennifer John? I don't know.
I know there's two letters that are the same. I can't really make it out.
Let me see. I don't know. But yeah, so I'm really excited. I hope it's something that does them justice. I hope they get a good say in what they perform, and you know, whether it's like a huge hit or not, I just hope it's good. Like point blank period.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to our girls, Aespa. So Aespa, my favorite group, I always stand. I never doubted. I always thought they were going to be big. They are now that they've conquered Korea with Next Level. It's big. It's been sitting at like number 2 for the past couple weeks.
As it should.
It's literally over Butter, which is crazy. Like it's doing better than the BTS songs, which is wild because they're newer and it's BTS, but. You know, they've been killing it with Next Level. People have been loving it. Well, looks like they might be on their American expansion-ish. So on July 22nd, it was reported that they have signed to Creative Artists Agency. Yes. So this is basically a American agency. Now it's an American talent and sports agency, and it has clients in film, music, sports and gaming, and other online industries. But people are hoping that it can help open the door for Aespa in like a global stage. And you know, it's also important to note that they had also been, I don't know if you would say signed, but they also partnered with Super M and NCT 127's global activities in the past. So it's been like it's been a agency that SM has partnered with in the past. But it's interesting that they're signing Aespa already for such global activities, given that they just debuted this year. So how do you think Aespa would fare if they made an actual like targeted, like intentional American debut, Jasmine?
Depend once again, I feel like it depends on the song. I feel like I haven't heard enough of their music to like know how well they would do, because they only have 3 songs, so it's like I don't know. I like Next Level. What was the other one?
Black Mamba.
Black Mamba. La Bamba. La Bamba. Yeah, I like Black Mamba too.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer Next Level, but like it's like those. I think those songs are good, but I feel like they don't really match what's happening in the
American market.
I was like, yeah, for music. So I don't know if it would. That type of music would do that well, but I don't know if they would do some like different sound for when they go to America, kind of like when groups go to like Japan and all of that, like they change their sound up. So I don't know.
Hmm.
They have good vocals.
That's true.
They
They
have
do.
talent.
They do.
So
What if it was just like an English version of Next Level?
I don't think it would really go anywhere. I'm gonna to be honest. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
that's the type of song, at least when I hear it, it seems like something that I would maybe, I don't know. It seems like an older song. Like if it was like 2000s or
Mm.
something, I think it would do better, like have more of a shot. But I feel like now it's like that's not a sound that you hear.
Very
Like,
often.
yeah. So I don't know if it would do that well. I don't know.
It's hard because I would say Permission to Dance and Butter aren't really songs that if like you just presented them to me without tying them to a particular artist, I would have said
Yeah.
that's about to blow or whatever. But and I know it being BTS does help. But like I don't know. Like I'm thinking maybe if they pair it with some kind of like game or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say if it was a different, if not a different, if it was paired with something, I was gonna say like a movie, but a
Mm-hmm.
game I feel like would be even better because it's called Next Level.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think it would do well. But if by itself, I don't think it would do that.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see people maybe being a bit like confused as to how they're supposed to interpret the song because it is very, very bandy, girl groupy. Um, yeah, I
Isn't
don't know.
Next Level technically, I thought it was a remake already though
Was
of a
it?
song
I know the
that
song
was
they did
in a Fast
before.
and Furious.
The song that they did in between this one and Black Mamba was a remake. I forget what it was called though. Um,
Uh,
okay, a Daisy says it can't be a song like Next Level if it's for the American market. A lot of people are saying it's surprising that they're skipping over
yeah.
Japan and they're going straight to US promotions, but
Oh yeah.
maybe they're like this is our US group, baby. We got to get them in
I guess
there.
because like especially because a lot of groups are trying to get in, not a lot of groups, but it's like prime time to like try and get into
Mhm.
like the Western market because of like BTS and all that. So it's like I
Mm.
mean while they're shining, you might as well try.
We didn't even consider that. Yeah. If they could be like, you like BTS? You'll love Aespa. We're on
Yeah.
the next level.
But
That could be pretty
also
interesting.
it actually was a remake of a song from Fast and the Furious, Hobbs and Shaw. So
What? That's
it
so
was
funny because I was like,
Aston Wilds. I have no idea who that
I
is.
did not
Song.
know that. Yo,
Yeah.
that's so funny because I was about to say, ooh, they should get it on the soundtrack of Fast and Furious. They already did.
It's already there.
Queens. Um, that's crazy. Yeah, didn't they buy the rights for Next Level? Wow, that's crazy. First of all, you guys have encyclopedia knowledge. Also, thank you,
I don't know
Andre.
why I heard that. I feel like I watched a video and I saw it in the comments and was like, okay, that's cool.
That's
That's
so
why it sounds like that.
I'm sure though that was just the Next Level part they took, right? Because that part where it becomes a whole
Probably.
another song in the
Especially
middle.
not yeah, like the bridge. I don't think that SM sounding part
Yeah,
existed
that's a very SM.
in a
Yeah.
Fast and Furious movie.
But for those asking in the chat whether they're skipping over Japan debuts, I don't think anything is 100% set in stone because the only news was that they were signed. But I
Mm.
don't know. I feel like SM is like known for very like being very experimental and things like that with like how they like to promote their artists. And I think Aespa alone, the whole concept of having these avatars is insane. So like I wouldn't be surprised if they're like, all right, let's try to see how we can do in the US first before we go to Japan. Or maybe do it simultaneously, like, you know. And I think even nowadays, like with the way that the US has been like so open to K-pop now, like going on the Jimmy Fallon Tonight Show to promote your song is like just as normal as going on Inkigayo now. Like I feel like well, I guess if you're a certain like you know size of artists, but I would imagine being a big three artist would fall in that category. But it's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, okay, the bridge part is the only part that's different. Okay, so they're like, let's add a little pizzazz in there.
Gotta make it SM somehow, so let's just put this random TVXQ type sounding part for no reason. Just to make it different.
I was very awesome. Well, I don't know. I'd be excited for it because I'm not just excited for new things in general. Like, I know everyone's always clowning, SM for just being wild and wilding out with some of their decisions, but I would think that was cool to
Yeah.
like give it a try, to see where it gets them. I don't know how they would like. Would it just be appearing on tonight or night shows? Would it be
Oh
going to
yeah.
like Rolling Loud or something? Um, it's crazy. Okay, Andre says it's. I think it's probably the same way Blackpink was promoted in the U.S. Make a couple appearances here and there, but mainly stick to Korea, Japan, and China. That could be it, and that's a pretty cool way. I feel like Blackpink does pretty good for themselves in the American audience. Definitely say
Mhm.
right after BTS, they're probably the most popular K-pop group in America. So if that worked for them, it could probably possibly work for Aespa. But I feel like
Yeah.
from the get go when Blackpink debuted, like you wouldn't even ask, and people would be like, "You know what group would do really good in America? Blackpink." And it's just like, oh, I didn't ask you, but okay. Like I feel like anytime there was like threads, discussion threads, or Reddit posts about which groups do you think would do well in America, people would be like Blackpink, and they had like 3 songs at the time as well. So
Which didn't make any sense. But I guess they had like three people that could speak English.
yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Um,
I feel like because a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's the girl crush, it's the girl crush, it's the girl crush," but I feel like their ability, like to speak English, that's also very, very helpful. Not necessarily 100%,
essential.
yeah, essential, or I would even say not necessarily the only reason, because I feel like
Mm.
remember when they performed at Coachella and then James Charles was like twerking to like do 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 like minutes later
Oh gosh.
with his buttless chaps. Um,
Uh,
But yeah, that could be a plan. Well, I'm excited to see what they do because I'm on the next level.
level that
It's a good song. Like I'm not gonna lie, it's a very good song.
Yeah.
Very catchy. All right, so I'm going to move on to the next topic. I'm actually gonna, Jazz, for you. I'm gonna skip over the not for you, but just to give you a heads up. I'm gonna skip over the next one since my images aren't working. I won't be able to show that. So we're actually gonna go to Red Velvet. So you mentioned this to me like a couple minutes before because I hadn't been on it, y'all, like in the way I was supposed to be on it. But Red Velvet is gearing up for a comeback, and in particular, they've been doing. So, are these actually the teasers, or is just something
I
they're
have no
doing?
idea.
Okay.
For the longest time, I think today was when I was just like, all right, they're doing a lot. What is this?
That's why I was like kind of ignoring it because I was like, okay,
Yeah.
these titles are titles I've seen. These are old songs. What is going
Yeah.
on? Like,
I thought they were opening a store for their like a merch store.
I heard that
So, because
too.
like the name of it was like I forgot what it was called.
Queen's Archive, I think.
Yeah, but it was also I think it might be the name of the album. Like I don't. It's called. It's not gonna come to me.
It's called Next Level.
Stop. No. What is it? I forgot what it's called. Something shop. I want to say it's something magic shop or something. So I thought like maybe it was like merch, and I was like, all right, so that's cool. But then I was like, these seem like there's nothing to buy. So I was like, this is not merch. So I was like, let me just scroll through Reddit and try and figure out what the heck this is. And then I realized that I guess it's like people were saying like it might be like something like how NCT kind of makes these weird, ambiguous like teasers before they actually come back and show actual teasers.
Mm,
Like it's like weird videos
that's a
about like
lot.
Dream Project. Yeah, Dream Project. I think that was one of them.
That's a lot, and I feel bad, but like I'm already like I'm already one of those
Overwhelmed.
people that like I don't really care for the teasers until I can hear something. There's something I can listen to, and even then, when it's just like a short little instrumental, I'm like, okay, whatever. So now we're getting into an era where before the teasers, there's teasers to
Yeah.
introduce the teasers. Y'all, I'm getting too old. But yeah, for those
Yeah.
of you guys who don't know what we're talking about, they've on the Red Velvet channel, they've released 5 kind of like short videos that are put to some of their past songs. Like for example, Joy's video featured Back Dracula. I think it was Sugi's video that featured Something Kind of Crazy, which when I clicked on that, that took me back. That's from the Ice Cream album. Yeah, I used to love that
Yeah.
album. I think, what were some of the other ones? I'm trying to think.
You say Wendy? Because
What
she
was
was I
it?
just.
Oh yeah, Wendy was I just. I think Yuri was 10. What was it? 10 little.
She was touch my body. Wait, was it touch my body?
Talk to me. Talk to
Yeah,
me.
body talk. Talk to me. There
Okay.
we go. I was like, it's the same album, right?
I think. Yeah. Yeah. I think so. And then
Talk.
Irene's was. I don't know what Irene's was. I forget.
Irene was Irene. You
Irene.
say Bad Dracula for
Yeah, for
Joy?
Joy.
No idea what Irene's was. Well, hmm. Oh, that's what it's called. Queen's Mystic General Store.
Is that it?
Whatever.
It's a merch store. That's so
And that's
extra.
what I was thinking it was, but it's like nothing's for sale. So I was like, what is this actually? So I'm like, maybe that's the name of the album.
You have to imagine there's something to buy. Oh, maybe it is. I don't know. Wait, let me see chat. Maybe they're like, um,
Oh, I think she was Perfect 10.
oh, perfect 10. Okay, yeah, it is. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like something 10.
Be perfect.
But yeah, so they're having like these teasers before the teasers, little appetizers for us. But I think it's already been confirmed that we're getting a Red Velvet comeback. I think in August.
Yeah,
So,
actually, I just saw a picture of like apparently Wendy. They were like thinking that Wendy was teasing part of the choreo.
mhm.
Like she had like her hands like on her head like this. So I was like, ooh, like a crown. That'd be
Ooh,
cool.
uh
But
oh,
like,
Itzy
um,
stands.
I don't know if it was actually a teaser, but like I think she was doing different dances like art like from older songs, and then she did that, and then people were like, oh, maybe that's a teaser for the new song. So
I'm excited. I'm really excited. It's
yeah,
been what, 2 years since they came
yeah,
back?
like so
Wild.
long.
Wild. I mean, I'm happy. Like I'm good. I'm happy that, Wendy's all healed up. I was interested. I mean, I was surprised because when I was looking doing like some quick research of this, I saw an article talking about people are actually still concerned about Irene, this being her first comeback. If you guys don't know, since her
Mhm.
infamous attitude controversy when she was called out for how she treated a stylist on set, and she had taken a bit of time to kind of, it wasn't necessarily why they didn't come back, because obviously you had Wendy was recovering, but she had
Mhm.
taken some time to reflect on that, and so this is her first comeback since then. And I feel like it's kind of like two big forces against each other, because there might be some people who are still upset about Irene, but then there's people who are very sad about what, and empathetic towards what happened with Wendy. So it's like, which is gonna
Yeah.
which is gonna win, your anger at Irene or your empathy for
Hopefully the
Wendy?
Wendy thing. I need people to love them so they can thrive.
Yeah, so I just thought that was really interesting. But Andy asks, oh no, Raul asks, is Wendy gonna be dancing? Is she?
I think she's fine. I think she danced to Psycho like
Psycho.
a while ago.
Have they?
Like it was like a thing where it was like her first performance back. I think. I think she danced. It's getting
Um,
stronger. My feelings were out, like if she danced or not.
she
Well,
maybe
I'm
danced.
sure she danced.
Maybe she tapped the toe. Hey, Pam. Hey, Fortunate. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I mean, I would think, like, I feel like they wouldn't be coming back if they didn't think she was at the capacity to, like, be up to
Yeah.
performing in full. So speaking of that, something that you mentioned last week that I never got to talk about is the fact that, speaking of Wendy, she's also going to be a full-time cast member on SNL.
So is that real?
I mean, people, I mean, maybe not now because of how the fans reacted, but I know
Yeah.
there was rumors that she was supposed to be a fixed cast member on SNL Korea, and
She's doing big things.
big things.
Got
Well,
Young Street.
maybe, I
And
don't
she
know,
got
because apparently fans were like, I mean, nah, because they were, first of all, a lot of them were upset and they're like, you should, that's not, you should put her on something that can show off her vocals or something like that. But then also there's been controversy with SNL. You know, the reason why it's off air right now is because there is some harassment that was done to some male idols and other shady things. So,
mhm.
as the resident Wendy, the Wendite, what do you feel about this, Jasmine? We need to know.
I
The
want
people need to
to
know.
know. I want to see more Wendy. Like, why are you trying to stop it? Like, okay, I get it with the whole like um controversies,
Hmm.
but I feel like they wouldn't bring it back after 2 years or 3 years or whatever if they didn't think they fixed the issues.
Mm.
Like, they probably already got rid of that the one lady,
Hmm.
and
I forget her
they're
name.
probably yeah. So hopefully, like like at least let her try it. Like especially if she wants to do it, I feel like it's not. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, because
It's
I was
messy to be like, "Don't do it, Wendy." Like we'll like abandon you or something. Like it's like guilt tripping
gonna. Ooh,
for no reason.
I don't know. It was like that. Well, yeah,
I
I
don't
was
know if
gonna
it was like
say
that, but like it seems absurdly like over the top.
I definitely say that Red Velvet is at the, what do you say, at the level at this point where like they're not really doing stuff they don't want to do. So like it's not like
Yeah.
SM can like, well, I mean obviously SM can force them, but it's not like SM, like, you know, they kind of have a say in that regard. Like at least I would think at least somewhat, because it's like they're pretty much veterans when it comes to SM at this point. You know, they proved
Mm.
their popularity. So I doubt SM would be like, now, Wendy, you know, you just healed. Now go on SNL. Like, I feel like maybe she was interested to show, like, and I feel
Yeah.
like you were making that face when I mentioned that some fans were like, oh, you should go somewhere that actually, like, lets her sing and shows off her talents. And it's like, what if she wants to show off that she can, you know, improv?
Act be
Yeah,
funny.
exactly. I hate when stans act like mothers or something to like their fans.
Yeah.
Like, she wouldn't want this. It's like, do you know that
That's
for
why
real?
we got Dio's album came out. He was out here like, I just want to freaking act. So here's your album.
He will never get a say.
I'm not promoting. Like,
He
get
will
in my
never
face
get a
with
say in
this.
that. Force him to sing SM. Do your job. What am I paying you for,
And
Isumane?
you'll continue to get the Rose type songs.
No,
And
I'm
him
not
not
getting that.
performing it. Mainly him not performing it. He might get like a banging song and he'll just be like, but I gotta be on set tomorrow, so bye.
Stop speaking truth. It's hurting my feelings. Um, yeah. I thought we got past the Irene situation. She apologized and it was cleared up. So why still hold the grudge? I don't know. It was a quick article that I saw. So maybe it was somebody trying to, you know, want to be starting something. But I would imagine there's some people who are just like, you know, I understand she apologized, but as somebody who, you know, is also, I don't know, works in service or something, I've had an issue when somebody talked down to me, so I can't like forgive her. I need some time to heal or something like that. So who knows? Maybe it was just a news outlet trying to start ish, but maybe there's some people who are just like, Irene, you mean that girl who did X, Y, and Z? I mean, we don't know expressly what she said. I mean, we know that she, you know, yelled at her, but yeah. So that's just what I saw.
Mm,
But yeah.
yeah.
Oh, Raul. Hopefully, no race-centered sketches. Wendy's like, so I'm gonna be the black girl, and I'm gonna put her.
I pray that she is over that.
She has
Like, I
healed
can only
the
handle one
racism.
more. One more? I don't even know if I can.
That was fucked.
So, like, you know,
I
yeah, hopefully she's over that.
I feel like what was the worst thing about that was just like fans like running to make excuses. Like it's like no,
Mhm.
I mean she was, I think she was born in Korea, but she like she, if she knows to do that, she knows why it would be shady to do that. Like right, and so I just hate when fans are just like no, she just say just okay guys, I'm gonna have a moment right here. Just say you don't care. Just say you don't care. I know a lot of people are conscious about like making sure they seem woke and things like that, but I'd rather you say straight to my face, yeah, she said that, and I will stand her anyway, than try to come up with, all these excuses, grab them from thin air as to why she know what she was doing, why it's okay, why we need to get off her back. Like, I wish people were just more like, obviously I'm gonna be like, well, that's you, but like, just, I hate when people try to lie. Just say you don't mind. Like, that's why you don't care, not because all these crazy things. Just say you don't care. But yeah,
Yeah.
because I feel like it could have been over if she was like, hey, I understand why that was effed up.
But
I
that's wasn't gonna let her say anything. So
I asked someone to let her say anything, but I
that's
mean,
why
that's
I
true.
just feel like some people though were just being like, all right, calm down. Like you can't calling people racist and all that. I get it, like you're offended, but like just I don't know, racist is such a I don't know, strong thing, like where it's like she has to have done to me doing a black accent, it's like that's ignorant.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not proving to me that she's like racist or anything. Like like if she said the N-word and like meant it and all of that, then I'd be like, all right, she's racist. But I think she's just straight up ignorant. And I feel like a lot of people were just throwing these things at her. And it was like, obviously she can't apologize because it's SM. So it's like, just if you don't like her because of the situation, it's understandable.
Mm-hmm.
Stop trying to drag her name all the time though. Like if you really don't care about her, just
Mm-hmm.
stop talking about her. And if you like her, stop trying to defend her. Because like the situation, there's no, it's a dead end
Mm-hmm.
because SM's gonna stop it
Yeah.
right there. So
And I
it's
think
like there's nothing you can do.
I was talking about that last time when Jay Park was being drawn. I will firstly say, I think with her, why it's like particularly bad with her is because she is known for being that foreigner that lived in
Mm,
Canada. So it's like, okay, you should know better. And also,
yeah,
I feel like people might look at her where it's like, as maybe like a foreigner in Korea. I mean, not a foreigner, as like maybe a Korean, be like, well, if the girl who actually lived amongst black people is doing this, it must be true. So I feel like it was particularly harmful from her. But and yeah, I agree that like, people who are just like trying to defend her, it's like, take the L on your fave, take the L, acknowledge it. I feel like a lot of times that's because I
mm,
know it's a complicated thing when you already stand somebody and you're like, they did this problematic thing and like I don't know how to feel about it. It's not like you're, sometimes it's more complicated than immediately stand. But I just hate like when it's just like, I feel so like I'm so caught off guard, or I don't know how to handle this, that I'm just going to act like everyone who has a problem, they're crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, oh, what are they saying? I hate that behavior. But I agree, as somebody who is black, and so I don't know why I say that, somebody who's black, and there's a lot of this, I do call it out. But sometimes it's just like, dang, like I'm just gonna sit here and be miserable that all these people probably secretly hate me and think I'm like a dirt stone monkey and stuff like that, like after a while
mm,
it's just like, I don't know, because I don't even know how to like vocalize it without people being like, oh, you're like a tap dancing Uncle Tom, you know what I mean?
mm,
So it's just like, it's just hard because it's like, oh, I'm tired, and it's not that I'm letting it go, because here's the thing that people don't get, like, if 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 we're doing this correctly, the black fans of Wendy are probably the most hurt by this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, if I'm a black fan and that's like, this is your depiction of me, what the heck? Like, they're probably having an inner turmoil. You don't have to tell them to, like, they probably know. So either like
yeah,
maybe they'll use a defense mechanism and say she did nothing wrong, or maybe they'll immediately be like, out of shame, like but they'll feel bad, which is really messed up because they really shouldn't, because they didn't do anything wrong. So it's really, really messed up. I don't even know what I was gonna say, but you made some points.
yeah.
um
Yeah, and I also think like it's okay to like point out if you feel some type of way. It's just I feel like there are so many people that were using it disrespectful, like the
that's
time
true.
disrespectfully to
Yeah.
just be like over the top.
Yeah.
And those were the people that just need to, it's like just stop.
And
And for the fans that were just like being ignorant,
mhm.
they need to stop. Those two sides need to stop.
Yeah.
But the ones that were actually trying to educate or just be, I don't know, decent with how they worded things. It was like it was okay.
Mhm.
It was just very
Like,
no.
yeah, I always say as long if the person apologized and you feel that it's sincere, again, nobody has to accept any apology. So just you felt it was sincere doesn't mean everyone else has to do it. Like, keep standing. You can keep like you. I can't tell you not to stand somebody. Like, and I'm not going to. But like again, keep it a buck when somebody points it out. And then also conversely, if you are the first one to point out when XYZ idol does something, when it's your fave terms on the tracking block, have the same energy. So whatever energy that is, have the same energy. But yeah, I think it's really hard for black K-pop fans because when you see stuff like this, it's almost like you don't want to feel like an idiot. Like I know like there's this sentiment that it's like a lot of people even ask, why do black people even stand K-pop? Because they're humiliating you. They probably think this negative thing about you. They're using your culture and profiting off of it. They're X, Y, and Z. So it's very challenging. And I know a lot of friends who just gave it up altogether because they're just tired of going through that back and forth turmoil. So it's very nuanced, and I wish that people would be a lot more, at least with the actual black K-pop fans that like go through this, be more gentle with how they choose to process stuff, whether they keep standing or whether they oh, thank you so much, Josie, for the donation. Have a good night, everyone. Let's get those likes up. I really love you, ladies, and I'm loving the new look. Sorry I can't stay. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. You've
Yeah.
been delight in chat. Thank you for hyping us up, and thank you for the donuts, and thank you so much for being like the like cheerleader. I saw your other message about getting the likes up. That's really, really helpful. I appreciate when any of you guys like promote. But thank you, Josie. Have a great night. um but yeah, so I don't know, it's hard. Like I feel like a black like I don't know, I didn't prepare for this discussion.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's such a deep
Yeah,
subject.
but I agree what you're saying, because like the whole like keeping on like harping on people, especially other black K-pop fans who choose to still stand, like you realize you're harming the black K-pop fan more than the person who actually did the aggression at that point, right? Like
Mm.
calling them whatever out of their name. But again, don't be delusional about it. Like I'm just basically rehashing what you said. So I'm gonna jump into the chats right now. Leanne says, yeah, if they're willing to make convoluted excuses, I would rather them just say they don't care with the whole chats. Exactly. Like it's like, stop beating around the bush.
Mm.
Just be ambitious. Andre said, I just hated how it was always a whataboutism when people tried to defend her, like making references to white chicks and stuff, and said that's just as bad is dumb to me. I agree. I hate when people make that kind of thing. Like there's probably, I can't think of one, but there's probably things where like there's been depictions of Asian people that hopefully people have been able to call out, but I will never say that that's the right.
There's several.
Huh?
Like Mickey Rooney
Yeah,
in Breakfast at
girl,
Tiffany's,
what are
or
they doing?
Norbit. Eddie Murphy played an Asian guy.
Girl, that's effed up. Like I'm not gonna ever defend that, but I think it's different with white people because there is a historical context, and I feel like a lot of people love to be like it's not the same, and I'm like, but you have, if you choose to factor out that historical context, unfortunately, and specifically within America, because I understand that different countries have different whatever, like ways to develop, but it's like you can't have that conversation without the historical context, and if you choose to have that conversation without the historical context, I'm not going to have that conversation with you because you're missing half the historical context.
Yeah.
That's why there's a similar issue going on in the current Big Brother. The
I
host.
still need to watch that.
Oh my god, you should, y'all. We need to have a Big Brother moment because I'm loving it and I need people to watch it with.
Oh, you should make like, oh wait.
I have 80 podcasts. I might do, because Taryn, my fave, my BB update fave, it would be Amon, but Amon's only on the like, he only does it sometimes, but he does like
With
a,
podcast?
yeah, he's
He did
sometimes,
it this weekend, right?
yes.
Because I know that I saw him on Sunday, and he was like, "I'm gonna do a podcast," and I was like, "Okay, cool."
Oh,
and he left.
He
So,
no, because Ahmad be out here. Like I looked up his name on YouTube. He's on all the Big Brother podcasts and things like that. I was like,
but he's on
what?
YouTube.
He doesn't have a YouTube, but he's on a lot of like he collabs with a lot of the big names in the Big Brother fandom. Like, I know a star. But yeah, I watched Taryn. He's like, he's my stories. You
Mm.
know how like older people will be like, I gotta turn on my stories. Taryn is like my stories. I love watching his Big Brother updates because Lord knows I'm not trying to watch those 24-hour live feeds. Sorry about it. But yeah, I want to dip my toes into the Big Brother fandom reporting
So does
space.
he watch the whole thing?
Yes, that's like his job.
I mean, if I get paid enough, I guess I would.
That's true. He
Like,
watches it and he does an update either by himself or with like other people every single day. Every single day.
every day.
Yes, 11. He's literally my streaming goals because he's there at 11. I love how I'm using this time just to talk about other things. But yeah, I stand. But yeah, I need to dip my feet in the Big Brother game. But basically there's an alliance in that called the Cookout, and it's like it's not even a real alliance, it's just the black people being like, we would really like a black winner because there's never been one. So like they try to like,
Oh, really?
yeah, in the 22 years there's never been a black winner. There's been people who are close, to be fair, but like there's never been a black winner. So like it's kind of like this understanding that if you can avoid voting a black person out, like try not to. And like a lot of people are like racism and stuff like that, but I'm like, with the context though, specifically they're not saying we want all the non-black people dead or something like that. It's just like if you can try to, because it would be nice to maybe have a black winner once so people can, you know, go on here being like, well, it's happened before, maybe it can happen again. And this is the first time, like there was like a CBS did a thing where they're like, oh, we have to put at least 50% POC in the cast, so it's the first time it's not like a majority like white people, and it's a social game.
Mhm.
So you know, tune into the Big Brother podcast, the Big Brother stream. I'm trying to get on Taryn's stream. Like that's my goal. Anyway, I'm a Daisy says I'm with Jazz. Ignorant slash biased does not necessarily mean racist, and I think I agree with that. And there's like levels to it. Like it sucks because
Mm.
being ignorant still can result in you being really shitty to somebody, even if it's
Oh,
just
yeah.
based in ignorance, and it
Oh,
can
yeah.
still hurt really bad. Like I hate when people stereotype specifically black women, and it can like lead to really bad things, like that whole, oh,
Yeah.
black women are aggressive independent, can lead to like people being more aggressive towards us, people you know, feeling like we don't need like mental help or care because, you know, strong black woman riding on the midnight train, you know. So don't let me take y'all, don't let me get too wild, y'all. But yeah, so
No, I definitely agree with that. I just like think that I personally just find when people call people racist so easily, it just rubs me the wrong way because it's like that's a strong word in my opinion,
mhm,
and I feel like people use it so loosely, like for anything when they just feel like disrespected, and it's like, sure, you're disrespected. There's no downplaying that, but are they actually racist? I don't know. Like, depends on the situation.
mhm,
I don't know. But saying you're racist, it's like that's such a definitive thing. And that's like you're labeling that person. And I feel like that's going to be on their name forever.
mhm.
Not for well, forever. Yeah. And it's like such a, I don't know. Eh.
I
It sucks because like if I was little, like I feel like I've said things when I was little, and it's like if someone just called me racist and then that's what people thought of me
mhm,
until like I don't know. It's just it seems daunting to me. I would never want that.
mhm. No, I get it, and I think the thing is, I think I'm always in between that because I do agree that sometimes it's like, mm, this is gonna sound insane. The person being racist say versus saying something racist, is two different things, you know. But at the same time, I understand people jumping to point at it because it's like if you had a lot of bullcrap thrown at your way and it's like this is like just one of like many, it's like, well, that is racist, and I know a lot of people have suffered racial behavior, you know, not whether it's black, white, brown, Puerto Rican, or Haitian, it don't matter who we are in this hip hop nation. And they only recently maybe came to terms with, hey, when people say that stuff about me, it's actually really effed up. Like, I do deserve to speak out. And hey, you know, that's actually really racist. Hey, you're a racist. Like, and it's like a long time coming, because maybe you had people treat you like that, maybe growing up in school, maybe like at work and stuff like that, and you always just felt really uncomfortable because like, this doesn't sit right with me, but I don't know if I can call them out, because is it me being too sensitive? And I think it's like a mixture of, we're coming at a time that people are finally being comfortable to call out effed out behavior, so it's like an equilibrium where it's like, well, before I couldn't say anything because then I would look like the one that's being aggressive, or I would look like the one that's being a party pooper, but now I feel like I'm finally finding a voice to be like, hey, that's messed up and it is racist. You know,
Yeah.
How I handle that, you know, I'm still figuring out or whatever, but like, I'm gonna call you out on it in ways that I never felt empowered to before. So I feel like we're seeing a lot of, you know, as people get more empowered, you know, people are quick to call it out, and I think it's good. You know, I agree that, like, you know, education versus like punishment or whatever, it's like a slippery slope. Like, whether you're like, you said something wrong, here's why it's effed up, versus like, you said something wrong, go die in a ditch, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I also try to be compassionate. Like, I try to be compassionate with those people who will say like messed up or maybe problematic or ignorant things, but I also try to be the compassionate to people who genuinely are coming at them angry from a place of hurt, and not just from a place of, well, I don't like this person anyway, so let me jump on them, calling them racist train and stuff like that. Like, I try to like kind of, I'm a Libra, but yeah.
I was going to turn into a different. I'm a Libra, so that means my best friends are.
No, because
my sign is.
Libras are known to walk the line and kind of like see eye to eye with people. But yeah, but
I feel like I'm the opposite.
You're a Taurus. Yeah, because you're a Taurus.
I'm stubborn. But I have an opinion.
But yeah, I mean, I'm glad I brought you up. You brought that up though, because I feel like a lot of people would be afraid to say, hey, I don't necessarily think that's racist, I think it's ignorant, but I don't know how I feel about that.
I will say, I did like that you said like what you said is racist. Like, I prefer that than just flat out calling a person racist, because like, that's a whole, like, you're calling them like a whole type of like,
and I think
person, like an evil person, like, it's like that's a terrible label. But like, what they said is racist. Totally, yeah.
And I do feel like the idea that you shouldn't make them feel bad is also kind of like, well, I feel like they should feel it, right? They should know that what you did was messed up. Like, not necessarily like, you know, death threats or whatever. And because we're on the internet, you know, it's always going to run the gambit of the response. Not necessarily like death threats or whatever, but it's like, hey, that was a crappy thing you did. And that's why I really hate when people are so just like, stop it, blah, 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 because it's like, you're not letting, like, I feel like there's extremism on both sides. And I feel like because of that, it's really hard to have the conversation or whatever. But like, I feel like your fave isn't made of like glass, you know what I mean? Like, they can take people being like, hey, that was crappy, what you did was a really crappy thing, you know, that was, and this is why. But I feel like anytime somebody does something and it's racial, people are just like, oh no, we gotta jump to defend them before we even know why people are mad, you know? Or we gotta jump to attack them. Some people not even, like, people who are maybe allies not even fully understanding why. They're just like, oh, some people said that this was bad, so let me go full force. No, you can take a back seat, let the people who are hurt by this and can, you know, articulate why, do that. You know, don't just jump with it or run with it. And then, of course, like, I feel like it gets ruined because the trolls will always just exacerbate everything. Leanne said, in my opinion, people, especially white people, not realizing a certain thing or doing a certain thing is racist doesn't make that thing any less racist. Intent doesn't lessen impact. I agree. I agree. And I feel like that's where that whole idea that, like, it walks a slippery line, because I get, like, not wanting to be labeled a racist, but if you think, like, if you don't want to be labeled a racist, just sit back, relax, and listen to the criticism, because then you can understand how not to come off as racist by
Yeah.
saying racist things. But I don't know. What
Yeah.
do you think, Jasmine?
I agree with that. I just think that with today's age and like Twitter, it's like no one gets a chance to actually
Yeah,
sit back
yeah.
and realize that
Mm-hmm.
type of stuff. It's kind of like just you're racist, and you're like, all right, okay, cool.
You
That's what
are.
it is. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, I don't know, it's like people jump on things
Mm-hmm.
on
Sure.
both sides, and it's just so, I don't know.
Yeah.
They might get validation from their fans. They might feel invalidated by non
Mm-hmm.
like trolls or whatever and all that. So it's yeah.
Yeah.
It's mainly the internet that's the problem.
I
Internet
agree.
needs to be shut down.
Yeah, and it's just internet just makes it super super complicated, because some people just always overstep the boundaries of certain things. Like, I don't know. Like, here's the thing. Like, when people do death threats and things like that to responses of any type of, like, type of thing, I'm just like, you're putting yourself in danger more than anything, because if anyone traces that back to you, you're gonna be the one that's in trouble. Like, suddenly
Yeah.
that problematic thing is gonna seem minuscule compared to you threatening somebody's life. So for your own safety, don't do stuff like that. Like, it's not cute, it's not funny. I remember there was some chick who, like, made a death threat on Jimin, like a couple years back, and he was like, and they were like, watch your back when you're America, and put
Oh, I remember that.
yeah, they showed a picture of themselves brandishing a gun. And it was really bad because they were gonna have a concert that night. So not only were people afraid for Jimin's safety, but people who wanted to attend the concert were afraid for their own safety. And then whoever, I guess, was in charge for doing the concert tracked it back to somebody, and they found out that gun was a fake picture, like it was a Google image picture. But it's their job to take that kind of stuff seriously, so they had to
Yeah.
seriously question. And that person was just like, I don't know, like, I don't even live in America, I live in Canada, like, please. And it's just like, so why did you even do that? Like, it's not funny. Clown!
Don't say things you don't mean. It's very
Exactly.
simple.
Exactly. So, I don't know. Wait, let's jump in the chat. I feel we talking about hot topics tonight. Yes, this is I don't even know. Live with Regis and Kelly. What is a deep show? I don't
Oh,
even know.
oh gosh.
You're like, not that. I don't know how hurtful these words were gonna be. Shut up, you pie. Oh, you definitely knew, and you definitely wanted to share it to hurt people. This is why I don't like YouTube apologies. Yeah, and I agree, because taking it to somebody like Shane Dawson, like when he did his like racist jokes, like, but specifically, I don't know the gambit of what he did, but I know like the um like some of the racist stuff when he would do blackface and do like really it was literally, and it's so funny because I know when people do blackface now, again, they're like, that's not blackface. His was like legit a minstrel show, like painting your face black and then acting in a stereotypical black way. So I'm just like, I mean, the thing is, there is like something to be said that the fact that he was able to flourish with that, like, definitely it's like YouTube has cleaned up its act in a way. But it's like, it's hard for me to be like, for him to take apology like that, because it's like, no, you knew that this was edgy humor, so like you knew that this was the point that it was offensive, like, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
like in
Oh,
cases
yeah.
like that. Yeah. um no, this is still a K-pop show. We're just dragging. I mean, we're not really dragging, we're just discussing. Yeah, Wendy is my bias, but I put her on timeout for a while for this and started standing Irene and Joy in the meantime. You said
I'm with Irene.
you had to clock out with Irene. You're like, oh no, who's safe, who's safe?
Joy.
Yeah.
Still has joy.
Yeah, it's really, but I don't know, because it also gets messy, because I hate when people play the problematic game. They're like, well, my fave did this, but your fave is next. It's like, what is this to you guys?
Well, what are you gonna do?
Like, Andre, when you're saying like you put Wendy on timeout, like, again, it goes back to the stuff that's like, you realize that for people that this is just a problematic, like who's more problematic in my fave game, this actually like hurts real people, like, like it's not great to see that your like fave did like a stereotypical depiction or like did something that would be hurtful to you. Like it's not like, yes, we got him, or like, you know, whatever. It's not that easy just to be like, for some people just to walk away, because you feel sad, you feel kind of humiliated, you feel embarrassed, like you feel a lot of things. Like it's, I don't know, I feel like people just don't take it with the care that it needs to be taken, especially for the actual fans.
Mm.
How you doing? Anyway,
Oh God.
so Irene is going to jail. No, just kidding.
Oh God.
So
Oh.
yeah, so yes, Red Velvet's coming back, and we're excited. I did have a last topic about Somi. She's having a comeback, slated to be released on the 2nd. She has some teaser photos here. Unfortunately, my slideshow scene is not work. Well, maybe it will work. Let me try. Dio is so cute. I love him. Yeah, unfortunately, it's not letting me. Maybe if I can I hotkey it.
Wait a minute. Is the name of it Dum Dum?
Yes, which I wanted
Oh
to
no.
talk about.
Canceled. Canceled. You can't. No. There's already a superior song. We can't have this. And
Oh,
we're talking about them too. Wow.
here we go. Thank God.
Okay. Oh,
Okay,
there.
they're actually showing that. You should see the state of my OBS right now. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, so Somi's coming back with Dum Dum. And here are some teaser pictures I just wanted to show. Love the concept. Love her hair. The blonde is such a nice blonde on her. It's looking very Hyuna. Like, as terms of the filter she's using. I'm not saying she's copycatting. But it's giving, like, the outfits are giving kind of Y2K. So that means her stylist is paying attention to the trends. Like, go ahead. Because that's definitely it.
I was actually thinking it reminded me of Sunmi.
Oh
More.
yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. I definitely see that. Yes. It's definitely giving groans. But yes, that is one of the things I wanted to talk about. The fact that it's called Dum Dum. Now, Dum Dum is 6 years old at this point. Do you think this is gonna get?
Whoa! Oh, stop.
We are ancient artifacts. Welcome. Do you think that there's going to be any backlash or issues with the fact that she's naming it such an iconic Red Velvet single?
In this household, yes. But outside, I don't know. Oh no, there's so many songs that have like the same name. Like Monster, I feel like has been used like 500 times.
True.
Crazy things with crazy in it.
You got me going crazy. You got me going. Meet yourself. Yeah. So you don't think it's gonna have any? You don't think Rebel Loves are gonna be like, girl, no, not this.
Oh, I feel like there's definitely gonna be some of them that will say something, but I don't think it will be like it'll last.
You think they'll be like, never mind, we're bored.
I mean, I guess it also will depend on when it comes out too. Like if it does better.
I mean, it's
like, hold up, wait a minute, this ain't it. Dum Dum is superior. They're gonna have like threads like which Dum Dum is better.
Oh my God, what is this one Hallyu circa 2013?
Honestly, and I would always be on those like, I like this one more. I never really thought about those two.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those were so. Every time another big group came back, it was like they just added them. Like, let's compare this. Ooh, a new comeback. This. But I think it's interesting because is Red Velvet coming back early July? I mean, early August.
I don't know. I don't think they have like an actual date.
What if they perform Dum Dum just to, like, they're like,
that'd be so funny. They're like, SM's like, not on our watch. You're gonna do Dum Dum. It's like, but we just had a new song. No, Dum Dum. I don't care about that other song. Scrap it. We're re-releasing Dum Dum, and that is it.
I would love that. Honestly, I would love if like a group like, you know, wasn't popular into a certain song, if they just re-release songs they already had to like give them the proper shine they deserved. I would be like, you know what, I'm a fan and I already heard this, but you know what, this song does deserve better. So go ahead.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Andy says, I mean, didn't Girls' Day and TVXQ release their song titled something like the same week? I didn't know that. Don't you look into my eyes and cry again. That's something, right?
Um,
TVXQ
oh, you
something.
got the something.
Oh, wasn't this their
I used to love that song.
wasn't this their first song? No. Keep Your Head Down was their first song.
Keep your
Post what?
head
Oh,
down.
I guess yeah, that
This
came after.
song
I
was a mess.
know.
It
What?
was a mess, but I loved it.
Okay, I was gonna say. Oh my
Oh, I
god, I
listened to
love
it a
it.
lot. Don't get me wrong, but like when I first listened to it, I was like, "What is this rapping that is happening?"
Oh yeah, I don't know why. Every time he raps, it goes like it goes so high. When he raps in Purple Line, I'm like, what? Keep on looking like that. I'm like, why was being a chipmunk
These
in
purple
the
line, the
contract?
I really want to touch myself
I
tonight.
really want to touch myself. Yeah. We love that song here. We stand Purple Line in this house.
Oh, what even?
Purple Line, if you guys don't know, is a TVXQ song. It's really, really old. They look horrible in it, but it's great, and is giving Chip album and the Chipmunks in it. But you guys should check it out. But yeah, I don't know why he raps like that. It's very strange. Because I don't think he always walks like that. Because doesn't he rap in melodic and he's like
Oh yeah,
and it's like, so girl, the
it's a
helium was out
kind of
that day.
song.
Like, what are we doing?
Like when he goes into the studio and he's like, you know what? I'm feeling right now. I'm not feeling like the low, like my normal talking voice. I gotta be in my like I don't know,
Gotta be here.
Yakko.
Gotta be somewhere here.
Like,
Girls Day came out January 3rd in TV Kick. Oh wow, that must have been awkward. Well, I think Girls Days was the bigger hit, so they just swept it under the rug. They're like, oh sorry, we didn't come up
was
with
it
anything. Remember Neurotic?
something? I remember something more than. I don't think I know the Girls' Day song, to be
Don't you
honest.
look into my eyes and cry again. I'm sick of being alone. Hey, whoa. That's not actually how they did the ad lib, but something of that sort. That was like a huge hit. It was the little dress dance
Oh,
where they like,
oh, is
yeah.
that when they're like doing that thing?
Yeah. That was not the
Oh, I
best
forgot
part.
about that.
But yeah.
I guess I do know that song. I just don't think I've ever actually listened to it fully.
Oh
I've
my
only
god,
seen
really?
like the chorus.
It's so
Yeah.
good. It's so good. I
I think
love
that
it.
was a time when I was just like, girl groups are
Oh.
not for me. So
They're
I
not
was
in my ministry. Sorry.
unless they are 21 or FX, I was like, I'm not
Ooh, you really
there
like
for
the
that.
edgy girl crush girl groups.
Yeah, once I found them, I was like, ooh, this is what I like. I'll stick here until I find another group. And then Red Velvet came, and I was like, oh, wait, you know what? Maybe I do like girl groups.
You're like, they're all right. They can stay.
Yeah.
um, don't come for my man's rap. Listen, he came for his own rap by rapping like that. It was a self-sabotage thing, all right? I don't make the rules. I just drag the fools. He's not a fool. I love you. Didn't EXID and Winner release their mini albums titled We on the same day? Lol.
No. Really?
Just call it Us at that point. Just make it a joint release and
Like, I
call
would
it
have
Us.
like been like, all right, recall every freaking thing that we just like sent out. We gotta change these album titles.
I'd be
This is
mad.
not it.
I'd be mad.
I know that Lovelies and Infinite have a song called Destiny.
I
And
love
I always thought it was weird because they're under the same company. So I was like, this is interesting.
Was it released close? Because that's even more.
No,
Okay,
no,
I was
because
gonna say.
Destiny is from like 2012,
Ooh.
2013. No, 2013, I think.
Infinite's
You know the
Destiny?
song, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're my dest. I thought it was 2013,
Only
right?
vaguely, because I'm not.
Because I think
I want to look.
Infinite, they debuted what in 2010? Yeah,
11? Oh,
okay.
10. Okay, yeah. Ooh,
I-
want to do rapid quiz?
Oh, what?
A rapid quiz. We'll ask each other rapid quiz questions about K-pop, and whoever knocks out the other one
Oh no.
gets the
I
other
already
one.
feel like I'll be knocked
Front
out the
card.
first question that you ask.
Let's try. Wait, I'll read the chat real quick, and then we can try it. Do we think FX will? No.
What?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Paula,
Oh,
I'm
FX is
sorry.
never coming back.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
That little weird showcase about Kwanya that SM had, they didn't even talk about FX. You remember
Because they were
that?
like, who's that?
Honestly, and I'm like, oh, okay. And I think none of them are
They're
under the
dead.
label at this point. They all left.
They should they should have put like a little tombstone like FX in the corner
Yeah,
as a
from
little
they would no, because the thing is, they don't want to give them that much accolades. They're like,
I mean, they could have put like everything. Like, because don't they have other groups that just disappeared? Grace, the Grace.
the Grace is still under them though. I mean, they stopped whatever. Yeah, because they had like a comeback like
Yeah.
6 years ago. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be shady to FX, but y'all, it's not me, it's them. They were like, I'm no, because they didn't even acknowledge FX. But the thing is, none of them are under the company because Crystal left this year. I think Luna had been left. Victoria.
China.
Yeah, I don't know if she ever formally even put her letter.
China.
Wait, let me just
She's
check
just there.
if Victoria left.
I think she left. I'm pretty sure she left last year, right?
She was like, "Y'all know what it is." She was like, "Don't call me. Don't call
Like, I'm
me."
still under this. She was like, "Who is calling me from Korea?" Oh, yeah. You can cancel that. I don't need that anymore.
She was like, "Yeah, I don't. Ooh, stop talking to me." Like, she was like,
Like, you can cancel the
I
subscription
thought I
to
blocked your
SM Entertainment. What is that?
Okay, so it says on October 12th, 2020, it was announced that Crystal had officially left SM and had signed an exclusive contract with HN Entertainment. On April 9th, 2021, SM announced Victoria's contract with them had expired.
Oh, is this?
But on April 23rd, 2021, during a review video of her daily activities from debut to presence, Luna expressed confusion over FX being referred to in past tense, stating that the group had not yet disbanded.
Wait, what? Say that again?
Luna, apparently she was in like a video where she was reviewing her debut to present activities. She expressed confusion over FX being referred to in the past tense, stating that the group has not yet disbanded. So this was in April of this year.
Oh,
I
maybe
mean,
SM's like, I'm holding on, but y'all not coming back. But
I don't
won't even
think
come back.
I don't think SM is gonna give them that Snsd deal where y'all can be in different companies, but we can if you want to come back. I mean, when they were all under the company, they didn't make comebacks, so I don't understand why we think like I'm so mad,
Yeah.
but I feel like it's not
But I
working.
feel like if she said that and where they talked about it.
I think they just didn't tell her. Well, maybe okay, maybe that. Yeah, you're right.
Like,
I'm
did you
not.
tell her?
No, you're
Just let her
right.
go.
You're right. No, let me stop acting like obviously an actual
Be
FS.
optimistic.
Yeah, and SM as an actual member of FX would know better than me. I'm just saying it doesn't look good for us.
Oh yeah, I don't think it's happening.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Paolo.
I mean, I feel like Luna would be like, I'm down, but then everyone else would be like, yeah, I gotta cancel today. I suddenly am sick. Yeah, sure.
But I saw
Yeah.
your Instagram stories. You're getting froyo. So that was actually a
Not
later
more.
gram. You're confused.
That's old. I don't know.
um okay, Andre says, yeah, Victoria left, but there's like a partnership with her Chinese label and SM or something because they were still leasing the merchandise for her. Okay.
Hmm.
Uh, it's a
Money.
it's always bittersweet realizing they'll never come back. Yeah, you know that like weird thing that people do when they're like, you didn't even realize it, but there was a point in time where it was the last time you ever hung out with your high school friends in a group or something like that, or the last time you guys went to like Starbucks
Ew.
together after class, right?
Ew.
So it's like we didn't realize that, but this was the last time we were ever gonna see like FX come back or like on a stage or whatever. Like it's like a similar thing when you don't get like a proper like goodbye, or it's the last fan sign they were ever gonna have, you know. Yeah.
That's life.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Let me cry. FX might as well be the Pluto and Kwanga universe, non-existent but still no. Exactly. I mean the Kwanga thing, I don't really get it. So, you know, exclude my girls from that weird ass thing. I don't care. But
I
like
mean,
I
it's
do.
kind of cool. I feel like it seems kind of cool. It's just I also don't understand what's happening.
Yeah.
So I watched that whole video. Well, I don't even know if I watched the video. I think I skimmed through that now I'm thinking about it. And I was like, I don't know what's happening, but it looks cool. It's all connected. It makes more sense why Keep Your Head Down look like an EXO music video for some random reason.
They're trying to just backtrack better and be like, a lot of the things we do don't make sense. Let's try to make some sense of it with this Kwangi as the
They
theme.
had superpowers. I was like, why do they suddenly have superpowers? Like EXO has superpowers.
Sometimes there's too
Calm this
extremes
down.
over there. Leon says, speaking of Victoria, apparently a Victoria fan went undercover on an anti-Victoria hate forum years ago. Finally, recently was appointed as a mod, then promptly deleted. Queen shit.
Wow.
Queen, yo, that is queen
That's what I should
behavior.
do.
Exactly.
No. I should have done that when EXO was at its peak. Because some people, I don't know, your fan, like your fandom, Dio fandom, out here trying to kill Schumann all the time.
Hey, Chung
I should have
Cyphles,
been on
be yourself. Don't listen to
all these
her.
aunties.
Don't listen to her. I remember when somebody described Kyungsu fans as a cult, and the way I cackled.
It
The way
was a
I
cult,
cackled.
like especially on One Hall You, like being on there, I would be like, I'll just be in silence as you drag my face. It's okay, it's fine. I'm used to
Listen,
it
I
now.
didn't participate in that. I was a good Kyungsu stan. Sometimes I had to
Oh
distance
yeah, there are
myself.
definitely good ones, but it
Yeah,
was just like there
like
was a cult happening.
I would see it not only on there, but just like on Twitter and like in like comment sections. They would be like, I would be like, y'all know that it doesn't always have to be about Kyungsu, right? And they're like, what? And I'm
But
like,
you're not
I'm
one of
sorry. I'm
us.
sorry.
She's infiltrated.
Like, no. They somehow mind control me. And I'm like,
It's kind of like that. Have you seen that SNL skit for the Bajancy?
no. Oh, yeah.
For
The Kyojinsi, the Kyungjutsi, the Dojinsi. There we go.
it's like I actually think that Kyungsu is just all right, and they're like, wait, hold on, what? Yeah, you no longer have an identity. You don't
Look into
exist.
this light, please. Thank you. But yeah. That is queen behavior. And I know a lot of people would be like, "Oh, you're giving too much time to it. It's not that serious." I always thought that like type of type of thought should be reserved for like, I mean, I can kind of like, if you're actually like, having mental health issues or whatever, because the amount of time you're dedicating to your faves, that's one thing. But like, I feel like you should be saying that to aunties. Like, why would you spend so much time just for somebody, a group you don't like?
Mm,
Like, I would rather spend time for somebody and like to like, have the back of somebody I actually do like. But that's queen behavior.
yeah,
That fan is just an icon. uh
the patience, because I
yeah.
would have given up. I would have been like, this ain't it. 2 seconds in, I would have been like, I don't think I'm making it.
True. Andre says, do we talk about the AOA minute situation? So I will say about the only thing I'll think I feel comfortable and confident in saying is that I hope she's okay. If you guys don't know, it was reported earlier today that she's in the hospital after an attempt to take her own life. Um, the
Oh,
last
really?
time, yeah. Um, I think prior to that, she had talked about how she was like trying to stay off social media. Prior to that, she had an incident where issues regarding her like relationship with her boyfriend were made public, and she kind of like was dealing with that for a while. But yeah, I feel like that's all I can say. Like, I hope she's okay. I hope she's doing well. I hope she truly does stay off social media and she has somebody that can help her with that. Like, I hope she has people around her that are truly for her and are for her mental health and keep her off of social media, because it's very clear that that's something that stresses her out. Not 100% saying that's why she tried this attempt or anything like that, because I don't know the specifics. I just saw it and I was just really, really sad. Like, you know, um, but like, I hope she's okay, because it can't be great. Like, she's experienced a lot, went through a lot. Like, even the Jimin situation aside, the relationship situation aside, the idol life, we already know it's hell. So it's I couldn't. It's a hard situation. So I really hope she's okay. Like,
Mm. Was she the one that was bullied? I
yeah,
know.
by Jimin from AOA. Yeah. So yeah, I feel really sad for her, because it's just very obvious she's struggling, And it's
Yeah.
hard. Like, it's hard. Like, I'm not even famous, and it's hard to say off social media. And if I had 100 people like judging me and telling me, oh, you're this, you're trash, were you even really bullied, were you just lying, you're crazy, blah blah, like it has to be hard, especially if you're already struggling with mental health issues. So I just hope she like recovers okay, and again, I hope she gets the proper help she needs, because I think that's the really important part, that online aside, her like social commu- social media career aside, like her personal life can get in order so she can get the help she needs.
Yeah. Was she also the one that something with a boyfriend? Or no?
Yeah, that was the whole like thing. See, the thing is, I don't want to
Okay.
speak 100% on that because I don't know the specifics, but it was something like she had a
Yeah.
boyfriend, and people found out that she may have stolen the boyfriend, or the boyfriend may have cheated on his previous girlfriend with her, and there was like a lot of mess in terms of that, and some
Okay.
people caught some lies on her side and things like that, but that was like previous to, I think that was like one of the most recent like things that she was in the news
Yeah.
for. So
Okay.
fans are giving a lot of praise to Aespa member Jay and her beautiful girlfriend. Jay came out as bisexual earlier this year, and the fans are being supportive. Oh, that's really, really good.
Aw.
Congrats to her. Someone needs to work her SNS for her. She shouldn't be. Somebody needs to keep her away from it, right? Because I feel like
Yeah.
even I've like, and obviously I'm not like trying to like insert myself into it, but as somebody, and you guys probably know too, like when you do like, oh, I've been using Instagram or something too much, I'm gonna be off of it. Just knowing that somebody could be messaging you or liking your videos, blah blah, like that's enough to like have it on your brain. And I feel like the best course of action would just be like not necessarily getting a manager, but deleting the stuff, and then having somebody like to be her accountability partner, that she doesn't make another one, because obviously it's doing more harm than good, because that lets people that only have negative things to say about her get access to her. Because think about it, back in the day before there was social media, I know that some of y'all may not know this time, but before there was like social media, the only people who could talk to you are people who had your number, and you were only giving your
Yeah.
number to people you were close with. But social media opens it up to people who only want to do you harm. Like it gives them access to you, and it lets them speak on you. And to be fair, she's a public figure, so even if it's not on her social media, people are going to speak on her in articles, yada yada yada. I hope that these news outlets are being careful about like that, hopefully, so she could still see that, but at least it just doesn't give people a direct way to attack her. So I feel like the only way is to delete the social media. Don't let her on.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's quite sad. I don't know. Have y'all seen the teasers for Girls Planet 99 or 999? Have you
I
seen
was watching a video of like this girl and I was like looking at her name and like I was like, oh, she seems sweet.
it? Mm-hmm.
Like I like her. And then I was looking at her name and I was like, Hyunin Kai. No, not Hyunin Kai. It was Hyunin
Oh, okay.
something. And I was like, that's such a random name. Like I swear, like I've only known the Hyunin Kai
Mm-hmm.
guy to have that. So I was just watching the video and was like, okay, whatever. I guess there's another one. I guess she's just got this uncommon name as well. And then I realized it's his sister.
That
I
is
was
so
like, oh,
cool.
that's why she looks mixed. I was like, this all makes sense.
Oh my god, that's so
So I was
cool.
like, oh, she seems sweet.
That must be a leg
Although
up.
she looked like she was trying to sell herself like in 5 seconds flat. Like she was like, all right, so I like to do like I like sour things. I like doing this. I also can sing. And I was like, all right, calm down. Like what?
I think I know who
Like, is
this
this what all
is.
the videos are gonna be like?
Yeah, she was like, it was like a variety hour. I think I
Yeah.
saw. I didn't watch it, but I saw one of the streamers I watch likes K-pop, and so she was looking through all the audition videos, and she was just like, "Now I'm gonna juggle. Now I'm gonna tell you a joke."
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That was funny. I think that's cute
Was
and
it only
kind.
hers that was like that? Because that's the
I'm
only one
not
I watched.
sure. That's the only one I actually stuck around for
Okay.
that stream in particular. That's hilarious, and that's really cool. I wonder though if it's like, did she mention it in the
I don't
video?
think so. I didn't hear her say anything about him.
Mm.
I just looked in, like, I just started looking through the comments and was like, wait a minute. This makes sense now. Why
That
her name looks so familiar.
I don't want to prematurely say anything, but if that is like, if this is a thing where there's live voting by audience or fans, I feel like that gives her an unfair advantage, because I'm sure
Yeah.
her brother's fans and maybe even BTS stands because of Osmosis Jones are gonna vote for her. Like, but I
Yeah.
mean, if she
Hopefully she's
deserves it,
talented enough.
yeah, I was gonna say she seemed really vibrant and like adorable in that. So I was like, oh, that's so cute. But that's
Yeah.
interesting. Excuse me, Hunin Kai should get her into hype.
Yeah. If they actually ever release a girl group. That's probably why she's out here on her own. She's
Yes.
like, I don't trust y'all.
Maybe if somebody would get it together. Oh, he mentioned her on a V Live and said, "Please support my sister." Super cute. Oh,
Aw.
she won. No, just kidding. So far, Yujin from CLC, Doa, Ryan, and Chia Yi from Fanatics, Jiwon, Bora, and May from Cherry Bullet. Oh, I forgot that people who are already debuted got to be in this show. So it's
Oh.
very similar in that regard. So what was the point of throwing that producer in jail for Produce 101? Effectively finishing Produce 101 to make another Produce 101.
Make it so other people can also audition that have already
To make it so we
make it
can
clear that
scam
you can do that.
others. Um, let's see. Diane from former member of Lip Bubble, and Hayden, former member of Lime Soda.
Ooh.
So they've all auditioned already. Oh, the auditions period's done, because I did see that there is a video of them performing. Like, it's exactly like Produce 101.
Did it come out already? It started?
Yeah. I mean, wait, the episodes didn't start. Can you guys keep us
Oh,
let me
okay.
look. But if you guys know better than I do, let me know. I'm gonna look it up. Sorry guys that I can't show you my lookup video like I usually do. Again, I'm having like some weird issues with my streaming software, girls.
Oh no, it starts August 6th. 6th. Oh my gosh, how do you say
Oh, so it's
6th?
just doing like the
There we
pre
go.
stuff. The pre stuff exactly like Produce used to do.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's basically the same thing.
Oh, that's
Just a different name.
interesting. It will allow votes from other countries outside of participating three. Huh.
Out of what?
So it's between Mnet, NC Soft, and a new platform called Universe. Outside participating three? Who's participating? Okay. The show, I'm reading this from Wiki, by the way, if anyone wants to read along. The show, as well as its editions, was first announced, okay, January 11th, through Mnet. Okay. The show's premiere date is August 6th. Okay. Let's see. The theme song is "Oh Oh Oh" over and over. Released July 20 or 12th.
Wait, there's a song already released?
Yeah. Okay. So apparently we're having Chinese participants. We have the Korean participants, and I'm guessing the last country they're referring to. Okay. The show will be available through Mnet South Korea, iQIYI in China, Abema TV in Japan, and TVN Asia in Southeast Asia. So dang, they're getting everybody here. So okay, they have people from South Korea, from China, Taiwan, Hong Kong, and then from Japan. Okay, so everyone from those countries can vote, and then I guess they're gonna open it up to other people. That's kind of cool. Let me not get sucked in, y'all. Don't get me sucked in there. That's
Just
pretty
watch it.
cool.
Just test it out. See how you feel.
I don't want to know, because y'all watching the season, especially the season of Produce that I watched, was heck. Those people in those forums and threads and stuff are ruthless. They'll be so
You don't go on
mean.
the threads.
That's
I would
true.
never go on there. I was like, I think I would drop in just to see like what people were thinking. But I was just like, you know what? This is too much. Like, not put him in number one. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
because he sucked. I don't know.
And it's
Nobody
just
liked
like
him.
so funny, because it's like they're like, this person, I hope they don't make it, they suck, and then their fave, and then the person they were slandering the whole entire season make it, and they're like,
Megan,
oh my god, I'm glad they're friends.
makes you another besties.
Weren't you the one who said, like, okay, like people become so nasty, and like some of the like scandals that the people get into, and it just tanks their career and like tanks the people's opinion of them. I'm like, I know this is like being like exacerbated due to the fact that you just are happy that this person is out, so it makes another spot for your fave potentially. Like if this was any other situation, you would see why this person wasn't that bad. It wasn't, you know, that big of a deal, but because this person's downfall could potentially mean a spot for your fave, people are all too willing to jump on hate trains that are just ridiculous when you go back in the season and watch what happened. And it just is, I don't like it. It brings out the worst in people a lot.
Yeah.
But this is interesting, I'll admit. There's, how many contestants are there? Because this seems like a lot of people in this wiki page. Is it 99?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Out of 13,000 applicants, 99 final contestants were selected, with an equal number coming from the 3 participating countries. That's kind of cool. Now, I wonder, because this is how they did Produce 101, if there's gonna, because a lot of people complain about bias against the Japanese members, said that they were trying to make only the Korean members look good. There were kind of like
Really?
some, yeah, that was a huge thing.
Did they though? I feel like they made Nako look great.
Yeah, I feel, well, it was like anytime, okay, y'all, this is, see, it's bubbling. I loved all the girls, but for some reason the forums and things that I went on, they really hated like most of the Korean girls, because they felt, because to be fair, there was a lot of Japanese girls were being bashed, like from some K netizens. I don't know what sites, but you know, Netizen Buzz was translating them, so you never know. So they, you know, particularly felt protective over a lot of the J trainees, but then that turned into like slander for a lot of the K trainees, except the couple select few. And so it's just like anytime like a J girl got a good edit, it was deserved. Every time a K girl got a good edit, it was shoved. I mean, infamously, Won Young's winning video is disliked Bon. Like literally, they disliked bomb the crap out of a 13-year-old girl's video of her winning. Now I understand it's a deeper thing. A lot of people feel like soccer got rigged out of thirst, but a lot of people expressed that via hate to Won Young, and it just was really, really messy. People hated Yu Jin, people liked Gun, people liked Choan, people, from what I remember, from what I saw. Like obviously this is not the end all be all, but from what I remember, people were really indifferent about some people, but then there was just some that people were like, nah. People, I remember people being mad because they didn't think Haewon was talented, but she was really, really popular. But people also didn't question her popularity because they knew she got like a good edit, an angel edit or whatever. So they were just like, well, you know. And she had like this edit. She was kind of like the mama for some of the younger Japanese girls. So people liked that. It was basically, it was just a mess, and it just got really, really messy. People were just calling people all types of X, Y, and Z's. You know, it was crazy. But I don't know. It's just so toxic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't get that invested. You
Yeah.
pick your faves, and if they don't make it, then you rage, but then you kind of just move on. Unless it's kind of like shady, and like the people who made it are just like, where the heck? You only showed them. Then it's like, all right. I can kind of see the anger, but like not. It's not that serious. You didn't get cheated out of the group. It's not you.
They're like, but I did. Tion says, so the producer of Produce 101 was thrown into jail for manipulating votes. The show is swearing they aren't going to manipulate votes. Well, I feel like it can go two ways, right? They can either be like, okay, we're making this new show and we're not going to manipulate the votes. Everyone trust us. And, you know, they don't do that. Or just like, hey guys, new show. We have to make sure we're really good that if we manipulate the votes, nobody finds out. You know, that could be what they walked away with.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I feel like they're probably being watched
by me.
I mean,
I'm flying
yeah.
to Korea as I'm in the plane.
I'm really scared.
I'm flying the plane as we speak. I'm coming for you now. Okay, you guys are basically just telling me whatever. I don't believe they won't manipulate the vote. I'm skeptical too. Fortunate. I'm very skeptical. Let's see. Andre says, oh, I remember when Produce X was airing and I was in those comments telling people to vote for Tony. Yes, you were at a campaign. And he said, I think the only survival show I watched was the Winter Icon one. Apparently that was a mess too, but we don't
that seemed like a mess.
We don't expect better from YG, so it's kind of like, I mean, the fact that he literally was like made Mix Nine, they literally made Mix Nine, did not
That
like
was
the
fun.
results, did not like the response, and we're just like, we promised what to who? Anyway.
Anything YG did for the show was just trash. Mix Nine, The Treasure Show,
Trashy.
trash.
It's foolish. They don't, and it's just so annoying because it's like YG is so messy. They have a tendency to be like, "Oh, we're gonna release this." Just kidding. We don't feel like it anymore. And the fact that they did that with a whole show, like they were like, "Never mind." They were like, because I remember specifically with the Icon winner one, it was like, whoever doesn't get to debut will literally disband. And then winner
Yeah.
won, and they're like, I was kidding.
That's
Girls,
gonna be they're gonna be a group too.
yeah, exactly. Wait on it, Icon. It was
Double the
really a
money,
mess.
man. That's why they did it.
It's a mess. But it's like, if you knew, because the thing is, I will say that idea to me seems excessive. To be like, these trainees who have been training for a long time, if they don't win this show, we're actually just gonna like throw them in the trash can. That seems too much. So why even say that if that wasn't your intention?
Hmm. Yeah, money. They thought they were gonna get some views.
The
Like
thing
that
is,
would give them something.
the girlies tell me that there seemed to be a negative bias that YG had towards winner, and so when they won, YG was like, change your
Negative.
plans. Apparently people were saying that, and I don't
And he let
know.
that happen. He
I
should have just
rigged it.
changed the vote.
You should have rigged it like they did twice. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
Just
He should
listen,
have been like,
don't.
he should have opened the envelope and been like, and the winner is, and then it would say winner, and he would be like, icon. We're just gonna chuck this away. We're not gonna look at the actual
Like the
thing.
Oscars. No, was it? Yeah, the Oscars when he got
Yeah,
it
no.
wrong. Or Miss America.
Both of them. Both of them.
He should have called in Steve Harvey specially to announce. That way he could not take liability. Um I still hate how they did Curie dirty and not letting her hit that note. The note right in the peekaboo stage. Oh yeah. And there's just so many things that are just like, you go back and you're like, what was this even? Pakhan and Choan rightfully won their spot in Eyes One. Yes, that's true. They rightfully did. And people, they deserve to be liked. Like, don't get me wrong, y'all. I was just pointing out the ones that seem to be, and I guess it like corresponds. People really like them. It was weird that they didn't end up in the final group. For Produce
So
48, the final lineup was revealed to have been majority Japanese trainees. I don't think that was confirmed, with 7 or 8 Japanese or 3-4 Korean. People believe the group was switched to cater to the Korean. I know a lot of people. I remember that being a rumor. I mean, I feel like it's pretty obvious. There's people like Sakura getting number 1, because I feel like people, when I cape for Wan Young, I hold her like I'm very like this is kind of weird. Let me not say that. But like, I defend her because I feel like the hate she got for being a 13-year-old girl just because people didn't like what she stood for was still very ridiculous. But I do agree it was pretty obvious that based on the popularity, Sakura was number 1. But I also think the premise of Produce 48 was ridiculous because obviously AKB48 is like a Japanese group, right? But to act like there's no Korean people that know who they are is ridiculous. So taking a lot of these girls, and don't get me wrong, a lot of them were like kind of unknowns because AKB48 was a popular group. But people like Judy and Sakura, and putting them against these unknown trainees is very strange. Like, it's the same reason people got mad at like Somi, for example, because a lot of people complained. It was like, oh, well, she's already been on the show, she's JYP, unfair advantage. I thought it was weird, like putting idols with 10 years of training up to, like, 10 years of being active idols, I should say, up next to Korean, you know, these like Korean girls who like did not have any training. And a lot of people, I know there was like an issue where people were like, oh, people are calling the Japanese trainees because, you know, in Japan idol means a different thing and there's different virtues and values that are important. It just was very messy. I thought it was just messy, and I do believe there was a bias, you know, to make a final group that's more, because I do agree it is ridiculous, the makeup, it should not have been that little Japanese members based on, you know, following the popularity and stuff like that. Like, some, I'm not gonna point anything out because I don't want to be sued, but you know, some people who made the group, some people who didn't make the group. Obviously we know that Choan and Khan were supposed to make the group. I do believe that there were Japanese members that were supposed to make the group, and they're keeping hush about it. But I think it was dumb because it was like a lot of these people are coming with fandoms. Like when people are like, "Oh, Sakura was the most popular list." Most popular. I was like, yes, this girl has been an idol for 10 years and she's very popular. Like, obviously,
Yeah.
she would be. Not to discredit like the fans she made along the way, the friends she made along the way, the fans she made along the way, but I just thought it was a weird premise for a show in
Yeah.
general because you had just like people, it's like the equivalent of like Taeyeon going, maybe not Taeyeon, like I don't know, like one of the Twice members going on Produce 48 and being like, "Hey girls," or no, going on some
Gotta
Japanese
get that
version.
promo.
Yeah, going on a Japanese version of Produce whatever. And it's like, yeah, there might be people who don't know Twice in Japan, but like Twice is pretty popular in Asia, so it's like it was just very very weird. But I do
Yeah.
agree that that makeup was not it. That was such a lie, and I'm surprised that they were willing to talk about the two Korean members that didn't make it in the final lineup, but there was not more Japanese. I feel like that was intentional. But maybe, I don't know, because again, it was mostly Korean people voting. So maybe they had a bias and they just wanted to make it a majority Korean group. Who knows?
Mm.
Mm. Have you seen the final list of possible additions for Black Swan? I haven't looked at that yet. I know that was something
Of
we
what?
talked to, how we talked about last week, the possible addition of additional members to Black Swan, which we were just
That's
like, DR, give it up, girl, give it up. I never saw the Twice Survivor show, but I do know that at the end, JYP added Momo and took out Somi regardless of the votes. Nobody gave JYP any hate for that because Twice is such a good girl group. There was definitely, when it happened, I remember Somi trended. Like, it was like justice to Somi. But a lot of, and they might have been JYP stands, but they're like, well, apparently, and I don't remember this, he had made it clear that like the final group, he would still have the final say in it. So it was like, well, you can't be mad because he said that in the beginning. But I do agree that people have mostly gotten over it because they like Twice so much. But it was
yeah.
kind of bad when it first happened. A lot of people were mad that Momo just got to come back after. But the thing is, when she was eliminated, it was kind of ridiculous. But yeah, it was a mess.
Why didn't he just make the group like 10 people instead of taking one of them out and then adding another person in? Like, you would think he would just be like, all right, so these are the actual members, but I also still like Momo, so we're just gonna bring her back and we have 10 people.
That would be
And then
too.
that's it.
Well, the thing is, I think her and somebody else were pretty much told that they were too young. Natty, I think, and a lot of people were like, if they were too
Natty
young,
looks like a 5-year-old.
I think
She looks so
she
small.
probably was. She was so tiny. But yeah, so people, but it was like, then why even let her do this? Why waste her time? I mean, it was good exposure, and
Yeah.
eventually she went on to win Produce 101, so I guess it helped in the long run. But it was like, why get her hopes up like this if you knew you were
I
just
feel like she would have fit the Twice aesthetic
I
because they
think
didn't
too.
do anything mature until like recently. I feel like
I was gonna say
so.
35 minutes ago. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I love it,
So
girls.
she would have been a good age to actually have like done the mature stuff. So
I think it may have would have been because let's see, Nayeon's 1995, so that's I guess that's not bad. I probably wouldn't want to be in the group with somebody 6 years younger than me, but
yeah.
she's not that younger than Tui and Chaeyoung, so I don't
But
know.
like, isn't Irene like
10
4 years
years.
old?
She's 10
Yeah.
years older than Yuri.
Like Wendy, you
She's
know,
10. Oh,
10
eight.
years older.
No, she's Wendy was born. I mean, Yuri was born 1999. Irene was born 1991. So 8. I'm just being dramatic. No. Yuri is 10 years young. Yuri is 10 years older than. I mean, 10 years younger than Taeyeon. That's what I was thinking of.
But, like, I mean, if she could do it, and also, it's not like JYP's out here like looking at their ages and being like, "You're too young." When there's a whole, what's it called? Susie. Susie was
Oh
like,
yeah,
what, 15?
she was.
14?
So
Like,
let me think because Somi was really really young, but I can't remember. So if 16
let's see.
aired in 2014, I think.
So she was 14 years old. 13?
13.
13.
Because she was born
14.
in 2001. Twice.
Ew. Sorry.
Six, which is what people had recently had the problem with Wan Young because she was also like literally
Yeah.
13, which I thought was very weird. Do they need to have a age
She
limit?
looked young too. That didn't help.
Yeah. And I feel like it was messy because like one of the things that I hated hearing in Produce 48, especially because we're same age, was that like Khan was too old, which was really weird because nobody ever said that Umbi was too old, and she was only 1 year younger than Gan.
Yeah.
But I really think it was a look thing. Like people were saying,
Yeah.
you look too mature. You don't look like a a young idol. That's what they were trying to say, which is still really really bad. But she used to like people were like too old, and I'm like, well yeah, because what are you making this group? Like you have somebody born in 1994, and then you have somebody who was born in 2004, and people who are even younger. I believe no, Wanya might have been the youngest. So it's just like you need to have some type of age limit because then who are you marketing towards? Like either the really young ones don't have a chance or the really old ones don't have a chance because you have to center the group around some age so you can then market it to like a certain age group. Like maybe somebody who's like in middle school doesn't want to stand a 25-year-old auntie to them because that's an auntie to them, but maybe somebody who's like 23 doesn't want to stand 13-year-old like infant, so it's like either say that we want this people and up, and I feel like 16, I would prefer 18, but I can't have my way and everything, maybe 16 and up, because then it's like putting the older girls in really weird positions because it's like why am I even here,
Yeah.
Sorry guys, let me jump it back in the chat. Wait, is Tiara coming back? There's a rumor that they're supposed to be coming back. JYP is like too young today. My SM is like NCT Dream. Yes, and NCT Dream really like torpedoed that like narrative that the reason why Yeri didn't originally debut in Red Velvet was because she was too young. Because it was like then you literally make a group of infants.
And now they're adults and they're still in Dream. Well, at least Marcus.
Kids, forever kids. And I'm like, Colin could literally do every single song that IZON did. Exactly. Especially because she had experience after school. Yeah, they really like, I really hated that. Like, just say you don't think she looks the part. Don't say she's old. Say you don't think she looks the part. You don't want her in your group.
Yeah. Which is weird because obviously a bunch of people did want her in the group.
Which is so, like, this is why if God was like, excuse me, Mnet, yes, I want half of whatever you're making, I would be like, yes, because there are so many people that when IZON was announced and it was a lineup they liked, or like most of the people they liked, and they didn't want the group to get hate. When like Khan was trending and people were like, what's up, like why isn't Khan in this, their first thing was just like, well, if you think about it actually makes sense because like a lot of people kind of like her but she's no one's fave, and like she's kind of old, she wouldn't fit the thing. Like all those like personal projections of why you hate Khan suddenly became hardcore facts as to why she didn't eventually make the group. And so like I feel like she probably sat there and read that and she was like, wow, I really thought I was a shoo-in, but here are these people listing all these reasons why I really had no chance, and I was like above, like I was out of my league. And so the fact that she probably internalized that for years until we got the final truth about the fact that she did make it in, which like everyone with common sense knew, like that sucks. Like you had to like literally listen to all these people who were like probably didn't like you anyway and trying to explain the way or the reason why you didn't get in by saying all these negative things about you, only for them to have been wrong. And what do they have to show for? Nothing. They were right about like an internet battle. They won the internet battle on Twitter.
Yeah.
But your life was like ruined. Jail. Actually, wait. I'll wait. Okay, I'll wait till next time to do it.
Did you put an animation for jail?
I did, but I can't use it. Let me see if maybe I can put it up on the thingy. Just a second. Jasmine, can you jump in the chat for a second while I do this? If you see any comments. Let's see. Stream. I don't know why my thing just decided to freak out. It's very strange. Very anti-strong black women behavior. They don't want to see strong black women doing well.
Oh my gosh. If you look at Pink Fantasy during their debut, the oldest was born in 1991, while their maknae was born in 2004.
I'd be like, excuse me, where do I put in my letter of
Yeah.
resignation? This is not a free daycare service. Quickly. When did Pink
What
Fantasy
even?
debut?
Um, let's see. Pink Fantasy.
Okay, here's my check.
2018. Dang! The girl's only like 14.
Jail. Yeah, that's really, really young. It's like, are they getting younger or are we getting younger? The world may never know. Love me, love me. I want you and I want you. And I'm like, Colin could literally. Oh wait, I already did. Has anyone peeped Dreamcatcher's new comeback? I really like it. I haven't listened to it. Um,
Yeah, after lesson.
Let me see what it was.
Oh, I missed it. What does it look like?
Again, I apologize, guys. But now I kind of understand why my thing was lagging last time. When I stream, I have to make sure I do low latency or ultra low latency, which means nothing to you guys. But I'm just making a mental note for myself. I'm just making a mental note for myself.
You sound like Sean Connery.
Ooh, thank you. Adding it to my repertoire of party tricks.
Oh gosh.
Dreamcatcher. What did you think of it? What did you think of it, Andre?
I thought you were asking me. I was like, I didn't listen.
Listen to it right now. What did you think of it? Ooh, 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 ooh. Dreamcatcher. Ooh. Comeback. Let me look at the concept. Let me just the concept of it all. The concept of it all. Because on weekly
Oh,
items.
I saw that they released that.
See, this is why. The thing is, I always say this is why I don't like YouTube because we can't watch videos, but I think we technically can't watch videos on Twitch either. I just feel like Twitch hasn't gotten their stuff together and they kind of are just like, do what you want, we'll throw you in jail later. We'll throw you in jail. Jail! Um You guys should check out WJSN's Black Easy. It has replaced my Mago obsession. Did that come out recently? I didn't even know they came.
Oh,
Okay.
they still make music?
Don't do this to WJSN. They be
It's
selling
not my
albums.
fault. That's the company's fault.
They be selling albums. Don't do this to my
Because
girls.
I stopped doing stuff with them for a bit.
Okay,
I
this
feel
came out a
like.
bit earlier. This came out back in May. I must have missed this one. This is why you guys need to be on my butt. Y'all need to send me stuff because I be so out of the loop. Y'all know what's good. Y'all put me onto so many songs that I should know, but I just don't know. Girls' Generation are back. No, stop. Did they actually say they were having a comeback? Also, what's up, Jerdis? Welcome to the stream. We all love seeing new faces. Let me look, because we were just talking about how they said they were going on Quiz on the Block. And that probably is an indication that we're about to get a comeback from them, because that's like a promotional tool. But are they actually coming back? Because, listen. Oh. Wait.
Is this WJSN the black thing? Just like a kind of like similar to Kristen's thing?
Oh, it's like a subunit?
Just like Kristen B.
Oh, it's a subunit?
I think it's like only looks like 4 of them.
You know, I like a subunit moment. Okay, Girls' Generation's new TikTok account sparks reunion rumors. Taping. Wait, what is this? Okay, you quiz on the block. I already knew about that. So is it just going to be a reunion in the sense that they're coming together, or are we getting music, ladies? The inquiring minds want to know. And you have to make sure you tell Miss Jessica, because she's gotta, put her business blocking it Claire. She gotta make sure that's running smoothly before she records an album. She's a busy businesswoman. Sorry guys, I'll just be saying something. I'm glad you guys like my gel animation. Akmu had a comeback. I haven't checked that out yet, but I saw an article saying that they were gonna make a like visual aspect to every single like. I have to powder my face, guys. Please be understanding. A visual aspect to like a visual thing to every thing. And it's funny because it's the stuff you see. Because I've seen that they came back on the album. I haven't listened to it yet. I need to because I love Akmu. But people are like being critical.
Of the song?
No, not of the song. Which let me check what the title track for that was. Ow! Y'all, I'm having cramps.
The Naka? Oh, are you using it?
Oh, I saw that. I be seeing things and not clicking. That's the issue.
I do that all the time. That's why I haven't listened to a lot of songs. It's like I know they exist, but then I'm like, I'll get to that later. Like I literally saw that Hot Ones had Lorde on it, and I was like, oh man, that looks so great. I've never heard her actually talk. I want to see that. And then I was like, but not now.
Later.
Later. I'll get to it.
That's
I did not get to it.
Yeah, that's
So.
why you use the watch later. I never look in that, but it's
Yeah, no, I was gonna say I've done that, and honestly, there's probably a billion videos in there that I just forgot about.
You're like, oh, too long.
Too late now. It's been 2 years now.
Let's see. Oh, Park Seo Joon is officially going to be in Captain Marvel 2. That's good. They confirmed it. I remember us talking about that earlier, maybe a couple months, maybe last month, about him being on. That's good. He's hot. I love him. Hopefully he's hot. Hopefully there's a video. I mean, he gets a good role. That's what I'm hoping for. Because he can act. That young man can act. By the way, this is a cool question. By the way, what are you guys' theories on GFriends disbanding? Do you have any theories in particular, Jas, about why they disbanded?
They're tired of each other.
They're like, get me out! Use you on those dang hangouts!
I don't know. I feel like maybe they wanted to do something different, and it seemed like the one time that they tried to do something different, everyone was like, no, we don't like that, go back. And so then they had to stick with the same type of like sound. So maybe they were just like, oh, I want to do other music. Please let me do other music.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely think like it did seem very abrupt when we were announced. But when it was announced, but I do think that this is one of those instances where there's no like deeper conspiracy theory. Like I think it was probably they couldn't come to a maybe good agreement with their company, and maybe they were just done with like being in this group, and not in a negative way, just in this was a part of my life, a very important part of my life, a very formative part of my life, and I'm ready to close that chapter. I think a lot of the times since we had that whole like not really superstition, but that whole thing of like the idol 7-year curse, like idols can't make it past 7 years, something always happens. A lot of people have now taken that as a benchmark, that like a successful idol or all idols strive to make it past that 7-year point. But I don't think that's necessary. Like we've gotten idols, we've broken it, quote unquote, but we also have to understand that some people, it is just a short term like thing for them, and that doesn't mean they appreciate their fans any less. That doesn't mean like something like crazy tragic happened to like take the group apart. It just means that was that part of their life. They're done, they're ready to move on to other points, parts. Some people, it's great when idol groups can last forever, but not everyone has to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So oh my god, my stomach hurts kind of because I'm dying.
Well, we're all dying. Someone had a scandal?
Who had a scandal?
So on?
So on from G Friend? What was her
Yeah.
scandal?
I don't know.
Recently?
It says again they leap for the contract termination after So on scandal from Root Rock. Sorry if I
So
said that wrong.
on G Friend. Oh, her Nazi scandal? I don't think that's why.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't think that's why. I
I
mean, maybe. I
forgot
don't know.
about that.
I don't know. But my
Oh.
thing is like terminate the whole group. Because Source Music is like, I know Source Music is now Hybe's, you know, it's like an interconnected thing. But is that the only group they have? Like,
Oh yeah, what else do they have now?
or bigger group? Let me not say that because they might have a brother group. I'm not sure. Let me
They,
check.
they have a brother
Source.
group?
I might be mixing that up with like Mamamoo or something. Source Music. Somu. Okay, former artists.
Yeah, they don't even have
Oh yeah, they don't have
current artists.
anyone. So I feel like,
Yay.
but
Well,
maybe they don't want to. Yeah.
what are they how are they getting money? What are they
Well,
doing?
okay, wait. In July 2019, oh, they were acquired by Hybe, so maybe it doesn't matter anymore. They're a
They just
subsidiary
sit
of
there and
Hybe.
look pretty?
I guess they would still have to make money on their own because they're only a subsidiary. Subsidiary,
Yeah.
but it was revealed that a joint girl group between Source Music and Big Hit Music is expected to debut in
Oh
2021.
yeah.
So maybe they're like, you know what, y'all get out of here. Let's get this Big Hit group, Big Hit
Let's see
collab
if it
group.
happens.
But I don't know. I feel like I always get wary of people trying to dig deeper because it can always lead to mess. And I always cite when Somi decided to leave JYP, they
Oh
pretty
yeah.
much were just like, okay, yeah, we're parting ways. And like people would not have that. So they're just like, no, it's because Somi was caught drinking. No, it's because JYP did that. And I'm like, maybe. And like it ended up being, I feel like a lot of people trying to like slander her because it's like, why would you leave JYP, Somi? We're all happy here, you know, and stuff like that. And especially because I think some company stands were hurt because she ended up going to a YG subsidiary. Um,
Which is I don't know why I
I mean,
still don't
yeah,
get why she went to
I mean, yeah,
that.
that's a little bit. Oh man, but I feel like some company stands egos were a bit bruised with that. But like I felt like they said it was mutual. They said, but everyone wanted to take from us, and I just don't want that to happen to G Friend. So you know, if they're not saying Source Music did this, I feel like I can't assume anything.
Yeah.
But the girlies have been dragging Source Music, but they're like, you didn't give us our goods. You did this. Like, so I feel like the fans are still fighting out here. Andy says it always bugs me how girl group members / female celebrities have an expiration date, which is probably the reason of the 70. Chris, I do agree. I do agree. Um, yeah, it's really sad, and I feel like it's a larger effect of sexism as a whole, with the idea that like women are most useful, or they're at their best when they're young and when they're best looking, and when their looks fade and they start to get wrinkles. You better go hide in a ditch, girl. You're useless now. But yeah, I definitely think it's messed up, and that's why I think it's so great that you have people like Snsd. Like you have examples of groups, like particularly girl groups, who've stayed together, kept their fans, and things like that, despite being past that expiration date or whatever it's supposed to be. Like I remember a lot of Twice used to get that a lot. They're like, yo, well, you guys might be popular now, but as soon as a younger, cuter model happens, you're done. You're done. And obviously Twice aren't old or anything like that, but
Yeah.
you know, where's the replacement, y'all? Said was gonna be there. Let me not be on my once, but yeah.
No.
And for a lot of girl groups too.
Watch another group like debut.
Don't speak it into existence. They literally just phantom raw. I'm like, no. No, JYP, why did you do this? They need to be together forever. Nope, Source Music doesn't have any other group. They had male trainees that weren't producing, but none of them made it far. Ooh. Mm.
Oh, and then they kicked them to the curb. Like, what happened to them?
That's what I would think. Like, because a lot of people saying G Friend built their company, they don't have anyone else. Um, I feel like they just wanted to peace out because I feel like Source Music is not in the, even if like they weren't in their like on their Magustus 2 currently or whatever, or they're rough currently. Like so, like they have chips to bargain with that Source Music has to kind of abide by, you know.
Yeah,
So I feel like there's no way that it was like I feel like if they didn't get what they wanted, they just walked, and I feel like maybe that's why.
yeah.
But yeah, but I'm glad that the buddies are like keeping their foot on Somu's neck. They're like, we know something, but it did seem really set it, so I can see that's weird. But it's like, what? Like I feel like it's because we don't have any example where it's not messy, where it's not like a re-sign and it's not messy. Like there's been situations where they re-signed or they left and then there was like slander, like their company did not let them leave without at least a little bit of slander slipping out, so like where
Yeah.
it's just like this where they're like so yeah, we discussed it and it was like nah, so
Yeah.
yeah. Pretty much.
See you later.
Yeah, it's weird, it's getting weird, as the kids like to say. um
Is that what they say?
yeah, it's like anytime something like is getting weird or like they don't like something's happening, like it's like, yeah, Jason keeps like calling me even though I said I don't like him, it's getting weird. Or like, why do you keep like looking up Red Velvet's chart position if you say you don't, if you're not even a stan, it's getting weird, like that. Like it's like,
Never heard
girl,
of this.
get it together. It's supposed to be shady. Like it's obviously, or it's like kind of like, not that it's really getting weird, but it's like you're obsessed, like kind of like that.
Us.
Like get a clue, like that kind of thing. This has
See,
been
it was
my.
because I don't hang out with the younger
I
generation.
was gonna say this
I have
is.
no one.
This is my Zoomer 101 course for all the other millennials.
Taking notes.
It's
I'm
getting
gonna say
weird.
that next. Whenever I see like a young person, I'm just like, "Wait, you're buying a croissant? Getting weird." Am I right?
They're like, "Shut up, grandma." You're like, "What?" You're like, "No."
No, Clary.
Oh. Oh, Sistar was another one who disbanded. Now, a lot of people, because Sistar, listen, Style will drag Starship to and from. To and from. To and from. I personally am very close with the Style. She has nothing good to say about them. But I feel like, for the most part, it was pretty clean cut. They're like, okay, we're good. It wasn't too dramatic. Yeah, a lot of people, felt that the reason they left is because Starship wasn't giving what she was supposed to give. But for the most part, it was just like they didn't secretly hate each other. They didn't, some stayed, some didn't. Some who stayed are now no longer under them. And it was pretty much, but a lot of people, I feel like, Sistar was nice because it's like, tapping out on top, there's nothing wrong with that. It was like they're still making, like, getting hits. They were still seen as summer queens, and they're like, all right, we're gonna pass the baton to one of you younger groups. And
No one.
yeah, I was gonna say the girls have
They
not
dropped
yet.
They fumbled with it.
Firnbilderberg, a peaceful, but it was very peaceful. I do agree. The craziest company idol breakup story will always be how Dirty Cube did Hyuna.
Annoying.
Foolish,
So dumb. Like,
crusty.
whoever's in charge is just like, we did what? And who was in the meeting? And why did you? If they wanted to date, just let them freaking date. Like, what are we doing here?
It was giving stuck in the past behavior, because when did that happen? Like 2017?
It's probably around 2018, maybe.
Yeah, I feel like by then we were
Whenever.
definitely moving, and I feel like it was because of Hyuna and Dawn. I definitely think they helped, but we were moving towards that thing where like being in a relationship wasn't this awkward career-ending thing like we were seeing. I mean, it wasn't normalized, but we were definitely seeing more, and I feel like they could have been the moment letting them date. because I feel like the fans weren't as offended as like Cube was like projecting on them to be.
Yeah.
And so like they made this like really rash decision where they were just like, y'all gotta go, we gotta lie, and then because y'all told the truth, y'all gotta go, and you
Yeah.
jeopardized the whole nether. Like, not only did you lose Hyuna on this clown behavior, you literally jeopardized the trajectory of a whole nother group that was like literally on the up and up, because you were like, but
Yeah.
they're not gonna like that, they're dirty, ding ding ding, like,
That's
girl,
so pissing me off.
fire the
Pentagon could have had such a great year. Like
mm-hmm.
if they didn't do all that
Mm-hmm.
messiness. I was like, they
Mm-hmm.
finally had Shine and it was like great. And they're moving up. And then they were like, all right, so we're gonna delete one of the people that make the music for y'all. So
Mm-hmm.
defend for
Exactly.
yourself.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sure Cube thought they were like, the fans are gonna love this, like, but girl, we knew it wasn't Dante's fault. It was how you handled it. So I
Dante.
mean, I'm sure the fans were a little bit mad, but like, it wasn't giving their mad at, you know, him long term. Like, I'm pretty sure they
Yeah.
would all want him back if they could have him back.
Yeah.
So, you know, don't do clownery or the clown comes back to bite. Unfortunately, you are the clownery and the clown in the situation, so enjoy that. But think about it, you could have this top group, and not to say that Pentagon's not doing well, but it's like somebody like Hyuna, like having like a solo female that just commands so many markets. You know, she appeals to men, she appeals to women, she's fashionable, she's like down to earth, she, you know, she's fun, she, like, you know, can do sexy without getting, like, you know, pitchforked anymore, because, you know, people respect it now. Like, you lost that. Whatever, that's a you
Yeah.
problem anyway.
I feel like they just don't know how to handle any groups. Like all their groups seem like they end
Yeah, they don't know what to do.
badly.
Like, the girl idol girlies, I feel like it's in shambles because they don't know how to do the Sujin moment. Like, they don't know what to do.
Yeah. And then didn't they have Beast?
Yes, they did.
And then they left.
What was that? Oh, I guess they left because they were just like,
Then they had B2B.
oh, BTB got the
Then
swag.
Il-hoon's out in jail for smoking weed.
Okay, I was like, who is I
Smoking
forgot.
weed.
I forgot.
2 years in jail. Like, just imagine you smoke a blunt or whatever one time, and then you're in jail for 2 years.
You were like, oh, he actually went to jail?
Yeah, I think he's in jail.
Wait.
I think he was sentenced at least. I don't know. In jail.
Okay. Sorry, I had to do
I'm
the
pretty sure.
I
I missed it. I missed it. Oh no, I see it.
Okay.
Perfect.
Sorry, we're not making light of the fact that he's in jail. I just wanted to use the animation, but that's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, it's unfortunate. Yeah, they just be slipping. The jail thing again, my bad. But yeah, it's
That's funny that you said they be slipping and then you did the thing by accident.
I be slipping too sometimes, but it's okay. There was a small update with the Leah situation. What happened with her? You know, that's my that's like my step baby. Like, you know how you have your faves. My faves are twice. So my step baby sis, my baby sis faves, I don't know what to, they're Itsy.
My friend of
So
a friend, babies, dad's babies.
no,
Yes.
because it's like, you know, y'all probably know what I'm talking about. When you have your favorite group, right? And then you have your friend. And so if your friend stands a group, that's your step fave. Like, you're like, I'm not really into it, but that's my friend's fave, so don't try it. Don't try it around us. Like, you gotta adopt it. So that's like my step baby sis. So yeah, I gotta keep in tune with what Itzy's doing. Also, I love them. The amount of times jail comes up every time. Whether people are actually in jail or we're throwing them in our hypothetical jail. Hypothetically speaking. Ooh, guys, we gotta wrap up soon. I didn't realize it was 1:21. I thought it was 12:21. All right, guys. So before we go, Jasmine, we need to
I'm actually prepared.
Reporting live from Seoul, South Korea, we have the #1 Xiumin correspondent. Jasmine, can you tell us what our boy has been up to? The podcast wants to know.
So, Xiumin, actually, he just like has a new show coming out. It's called, I forgot what it's called,
Show?
but it's about him wanting to learn how to play tennis. So it's like him learning how to be better at tennis and all that.
Oh.
I think it starts airing probably, I think next week. Think I forgot what date it was. I had it open and I stupidly clicked somewhere else, and now I don't know how far back it is. So yeah, it's coming out in August, but it's supposed to come out every Wednesday and Friday, I think. And so it'll be fun. So there you go.
All right, guys, if you want to watch Xiumin become the Prince of Tennis, make sure you tune in.
Oh gosh, Prince of Tennis.
That was a moment. I don't remember what the main character's name was, but I definitely had a
Chloe?
crush.
No. I used to like EG, the red-haired guy.
Let me look this up. Oh, this is why we need to have you on Anime Club, Jasmine, so we can talk about our anime crushes. Prince of Tennis.
I swear, no.
Thank you for reporting in, and that has been the Shoe Minute. I couldn't call it
as we moved on to something else.
Imagine if 2 live correspondents were like, yes, right now Jasmine is in Wisconsin reporting on the riots. Hey girl, did you watch the episode of Scandal last week?
So actually, yes, I did.
That was crazy. I mean, reporting.
Yes, someone's getting beat up behind me.
It's like, I'll talk to you later, girl. Okay. Prince of Tennis. Of tennis.
Ugh. Who's the red-haired guy?
Oh, Eiji? Oh, yeah. Eiji Kikumaru.
I was right. Okay. Why did I remember?
Because that's true
because
love.
he was my favorite.
Yeah, I was going to say, you never forget true love. All right, guys. So with the Shoe Minute, that has been the end of our podcast. Our podcast has come to an end. I don't know what I was trying to say. I was like, this beep boop boop bop. Like, I really had a beep boop bop moment. Thank you guys so much again for sticking around, coming around, everyone who flowed in and out. This was a really fun night. Again, thank you for everyone who, shared topics with us. We always are happy to have you guys share topics. Again, I mentioned this in the beginning of the podcast, but for you guys who aren't there, or weren't there, I love hearing topics for you guys, and I feel like it's even more conducive when I can hear about them earlier. So if through the week you ever have something that you're like, ooh, this would go off if we talked about it on the stream, the Sleepy Idol, the Daily Dose podcast, feel free to tweet me, at me, send me a DM, Instagram DM. I feel like it's always nice to be able to talk about the things that you guys want to talk about instead of, I mean, I like presenting topics too, but it gets a kind of diverse conversation going with the things we talk about, because I'll only talk about what Kyung-soo did, and he doesn't do anything. So, I'm just kidding.
He just came back.
Yeah, that's true. Let me not shade him. Let me get my foot off his neck. So yeah, feel free to do that. And then also, guys, I'm really interested in growing the podcast, having more watchers, having more people in the chat to discuss about different things. So if you guys can right now, give the video a like, just to show support. Maybe YouTube will do some algorithm magic. Drop a comment, even though you've been commenting when it becomes a vlog. Drop a comment if you enjoyed the show, and if you have other social media, tweet it out, Instagram story it, anywhere where you can drop it. I'd be really, really grateful. I feel like that helps a lot with the reach and gets more people into the community, so we can have funner and broader discussions. So before we go, Jasmine, any last words?
Nah. Wait, I'm hoping the Red Velvet comeback is good and it comes soon.
All right.
That's
good. Be out here for Red Velvet.
I like where it froze. At least I have a pleasant face.
Oh wait, let me see. I think it might have unfroze.
Yeah, it unfroze.
It was like, girl, you're so off pitch. Oh, so I was gonna say, if you can give it a tweet, boy, to free my soul, I wanna get lost in the Instagram stories. All right, guys, thank you so much. Bye bye. Thank you guys for your support. Have a nice night.
Bye.
Bye. Oh wait, let me stop it in the right place first. We're still on. We're still on air. Give me the Beach Boys to free my soul. It stops because it's like we don't want to hear this girl. Just a second. I gotta stop the video. I'm just stalling at this point, y'all. Okay. All right, guys. See ya. And